something to listen to while you clean your gutters. Pick up a branch, or I don't know.
Or just wait. There's a whole bunch of hurry up and wait, because usually you get prepared and then you're just like,
now what?
18 hours.
My wife said that today. She's done. Like, she did every bit of prepping, every bit of shopping, and then she said, and now we wait.
Yeah. It's too, now it keeps getting slower and slower, so
bigger and bigger.
So we figured, let's give you guys a little bit of a hurricane best of.
But you don't have any power, so you can't even hear them. So,
joke's on you.
Yeah.
Joke's on you.
Here's the thing. You got the whole weekend.
I'll be printing out transcripts of this and dropping them by your houses.
And most people be cleaning up either after the storm or before the storm. So, we want to make sure you have plenty of content to listen to. Of course, we got a brand new two-wife crew. Our wives did last night.
Featuring Summer Aiello on third microphone.
If you're not a BDM, sign up to become a BDM, because we have a BDM show we're going to release just like normal.
We have another OG show that we're releasing.
So we got tons of content for you guys. A couple updates. We are going to do our 10-year anniversary October 5th. It's going to be at Wall Street.
Yes.
We are in the end stage of planning it. We've a huge BDM pre-party. We'll give all you guys, all the BDMs, the details of that.
Like in recent years, we've always done kind of like a thing where we perform or somebody performs or does something crazy. I think this time we're just going to throw a massive party and give you guys a lot of shit.
Yes, and then
that sounds fun.
We're going to bring a lot of friends of the show, on stage to do some cool stuff.
Everybody but Jimmy.
And then we got the mood designers doing a custom presentation that includes some history of the show. So we got a lot planned.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
It's October 5th. Save the date in your calendar. BDM pre-party will start around 5:30, 6 p.m. So
and don't get so blacked out this time that you guys lose all your merch like last year.
Yeah.
Hold on to your merch.
We're going to have new merch and stuff. So all that is October 5th.
This merch all over the streets? And everybody was drunk.
And then, of course, I'll just plug our BDM watering holes. They're not BDM watering holes. They're Tom and Dan watering holes.
You don't even know your own fucking gimmick.
And we have a bunch of new ones on there, and all the watering holes are Tom and Dan friendly.
Sign up with our watering hole meter and join our love holes that are BDM only. They're BDM only love holes.
Guys, be safe. Don't do anything stupid.
And don't forget to check out Hook It Up Love Meter.
Are you making fun of me, motherfucker? I know. Anyway, here's some content that Samantha put together personally for you guys. So thank you very much, Samantha.
Yeah, appreciate it. You did pay her,
only minimal help from the BDMs on this one.
You did pay her, right? How many pizza parties?
He promised another pizza party.
How many pizza? Why don't we have a pizza party today?
I forgot.
Today would be the perfect day to have a pizza party.
I was at Lowe's fighting some old man for a generator.
Oh my God.
What are you fucking doing?
All my new pink shorts are ruined.
I wondered why he comes in this morning, pink shorts and oil all over. What the fuck? Because you're beating up an old man over a generator? That's not good.
Not for me, for my mother-in-law. Anyway.
Oh, you're a good man. Save the birds. Those birds need a window unit.
God damn it.
Polly needs a window unit.
All right. Here's some shit.
Rotten meat. We're addicted to this new thing that I found called Fartogram. And are we going to talk to the owner of this? Or
Well, we were going to, then we said maybe we shouldn't because it'll ruin our dreams of what he is.
Yeah, I don't want to.
He might be a 90s radio.
It is very 90s. I mean, it's
okay.
Do you want to explain it to Ross? You've never heard of Fartogram, have you?
Daniel found this thing called Fartogram, and basically,
I mean, you can already tell by the name, it's very classic.
It's so stupid. It's like
Fartogram.
It's the equivalent of, it's the 2012 version of Jackie the Joke Man's joke line. That he used to call in and listen to a joke.
Hey, this is the Joke Man.
You know that still works, by the way.
What's the difference between I'm not even going to say it. All of them were racist.
How did he make money doing that?
It was like 95 cents a minute.
Oh,
remember the old 95 cents a minute?
Yeah.
Like the first minute's like free, and then it's 95 cents each additional minute.
Who's paying
So
that?
you stay on there for, all it would take is one phone call and a guy listening to your hack jokes, and 5 minutes later, you've collected $6 from the cat, right?
Yeah.
So if you get...
But you never do it again, right?
If you get 100 calls a day...
Would he get that much?
At $6 a pop, or, let's say you're averaging $3 each call, or $2 a call. That's $200 a day.
Ross, you should do that. Ross's joke man.
Yeah, do a joke line. Yeah, Ross's joke line.
I just give it away for free on Twitter like an idiot.
No, you shouldn't do that.
No, you shouldn't.
Go back to joke line.
Yeah, and what do you make from a stand-up that you do?
Like last week, $20.
Yeah, joke line, you can get more.
So anyway, Fartogram.
That was an atypical week.
Daniel found this thing.
It's the most juvenile, stupidest thing you'll ever find.
And you put in the number you want to call, and then the number you want it to show up from, so you can make up any number, right? And then you put the recording you want to play when the calls the person, right?
Yeah, it's got different ones. We can go through them. There's
all dumb.
There's all different ones.
Funny.
There's like one that's
Ross
like
is not funny at all.
It makes us laugh. That's
because
the hardest you laugh. 2 days ago, you had tears in your eyes. You were about to fall out of your chair.
Yeah, because it's funny because...
The anticipation of the prank phone call. Remember, it wasn't necessarily that the prank was that good, the voice you were doing that good, the premise was that good. It had more to do with the anticipation of doing something that's sort of naughty, that's doing something sort of bad.
And making the other person uncomfortable on the line.
Like, I prank you. I love pranking you.
Yeah.
I got you one. I'm the best at it. I got you. And I have no confidence in anything that I do, but I can say 100% certainty that I know I'm one of the best. I won't say I am the best, but as far as prank phone calls go, I get you, I get my mom, I get Andrea sometimes. I'm really good at it, and it's an art.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable. I can't do it.
That is my special talent.
You can never break.
That's my special talent.
That's why you're good at it, because you don't break.
That's true.
So
Stone cold.
Back to Fartogram. So they send these recorded messages.
Yes, back to Fartogram.
To the person, and then it records it. Like, you don't hear it live.
Totally illegal in the state of Florida, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't think about doing this. You will get into trouble unless you're doing your friends, and which we just did, actually. We just fartogrammed Tiffany.
Yeah, and then we record it. We'll play it
from the band Dollface, because she's one of our buddies.
And we put it from your number, so she thinks it's you calling her.
Yeah.
Now the actual recordings are not that good. They're super lame and stuff like that. But what's funny about it is that we did this to Jimmy a bunch of times from we basically did it to other people.
Jimmy. You remember Jimmy, the guy that ruined the show? Remember that? Show number 159. Then the show suddenly goes away for...
no coincidence. No, I'm joking.
Mythical 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something.
Had nothing to do with it.
What did you do?
He's no, seriously, he's a good friend of ours. And
yeah,
we still love him.
He's our buddy. It
had nothing to do with him at all.
Absolutely nothing. I'm just teasing him.
But so we did it to him with using other people's numbers. So then,
why does he still talk to us? Seriously.
What's funny about that?
Him, I would punch me in the face.
What's funny about that is other people now think that Jimmy sent that from his phone and is super lame.
But it wasn't Jimmy's phone, because you can mask your number, the number it calls. You can use any number.
So anyway, we just did it. Let's play one with Tiffany.
All right.
I'll show you it's really dumb.
I don't even know if... Now, the premise of this one, and the reason we like this one so much, the premise of this one is that we call Tiffany, and it's a gay owner of a gay bar called the White Swallow.
Yeah. And then he's saying that he found a phone, and your number was on the phone.
Yeah, it was in the call log.
So, and then it's stupid.
And that's how you get past the idea that he's calling from Dan's phone.
Right.
But a lot of them don't even make sense.
A lot of them don't even do that. A lot of them, there's a sick person one. There's where the doctor's calling, and it's your best buddy, and they give a name, and his name is I be farting.
It's so stupid. At the end of it, why it's called Fartogram? Because at the end of it, it is out
of nowhere, it just ends with a fart.
Yeah, a long
every single
fart.
one of them. It'd be like there's one where it's a guy, and he anonymously met somebody, and he's like, "Hey, I heard you're looking for a good time. Why don't you come back to that same bathroom stall I was in before and watch me take a big..." And then it's it's really
and
juvenile.
The person listens to the whole thing mad. They're like, what the hell
The
is this
fact
shit?
that we spent the majority of our week doing this is it's kind of suspect, maybe.
I don't. I feel bad for myself.
You're making me. The more we talk about this, before, remember, I was trying to reason with you and say, no, it's fine. It's just, it's just all in good fun. But now you're starting to make me feel kind of bad about it.
On the way over here, we just saw Penn Jillette today, right? And we were talking to him, and that guy. First, we looked up his net worth. Is $175 million.
Yeah, good God.
And that guy
Nicest
works
guy in the
so
world.
goddamn much. Like, not only does he do his Vegas, Penn and Teller act, probably 5 days a week or how many times he does it, like full time. Then he does his Sunday school podcast every Sunday.
He's writing books.
Then he's over here designing the set for Halloween Horror Nights.
For the Penn and Teller Nuke to Las Vegas.
Yeah, and the guy's working so hard. And
he's writing books. He does columns for newspapers and magazines.
And me and Dan are on Fartagram all week and literally not doing
Then
anything.
we'll look at each
and
other.
that's why we're not successful.
Then we'll look at each other and we'll be like, we can't get Snoot's Giving planned. I wonder why. It's we're wasting all this time on Fartagram.
Yeah. And then we go and plan Snoot's Giving, which we did, by the way.
Yeah,
it's going to be November
17th.
Yeah, 17th at the West End in Sanford.
Yeah, it's like
and we just get
awesome reggae bar that has tons of beers, over 100 beers.
We're bad at business. We just get drunk at the meeting, and then we're like, and then we were like,
I've got my laptop out at the meeting, and I'm trying to find a Wi-Fi connection so I can fartagram during the meeting.
We're like, fartagram the owner.
Yeah, I'm going to fartagram this guy Paul. He's like the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah,
the guy is like this big, bearded, gentle giant of a man, just a wonderful guy. And I'm trying to find, what's your Wi-Fi password? I'm going to use his Wi-Fi to fartagram him. I have a problem.
And then he's like, why do you guys do this? Why would you do this?
I have mental problems.
You guys,
Tom was having to talk me out of fartagramming my mom from my dad's cell phone number.
Oh, no.
No, I'm just saying. It is too far. I have a mental problem.
We were started to think of Ross. This is bad. We were going to fartagram you from your kid's school number.
Yeah,
to make you think something happened.
Because there is one where there's like an injury report, and then
it
fart.
says you've been injured. Someone has been injured, and then your kids will be injured. Oh,
and then fart.
But then we talked each other out of that. We were drunk.
Yeah. We get drunk and we're doing fartagrams, and we
were going to fartagram Jay Gruden when he was on the sidelines.
And from like his kid's school saying that they're like injured,
and then we thought he was going to beat us up if we did that.
Then I wanted to fartagram everybody. I was just having problems. So do we want to go? What do you think the odds are that we got Tiffany? You think we got her?
No, she was. It's coming from your number. So as soon as it starts doing some weird thing, she's gonna know. She goes, "You guys are stupid.
You're an idiot." She's on her way to out to Las Vegas to go to that concert, the big music festival out there, and so she's like, I'm glad I left. These guys are fools.
Listen, Ross.
Right. Okay, Ross. Here we go.
Hey there.
Hi, my name is Mitch, and I'm the manager of the White Swallow. It's a bar downtown, and I've been trying to track down the owner of a cell phone that was left here last night, and your number appears in the call log. It's the White Swallow.
She knows already.
It's a men's club, and apparently you called this person like 8 times.
Oh, my God. Who is this?
Here, maybe this will help jog your memory. You sent this text at 9:24. Hey, big boy, what are you wearing? All right. Then at 9:27, I hope you know how to drive a stick. All right. You remember sending that to someone last night?
I don't. Is this,
Were you here at the White Swallow last night?
I was not.
Got it. 10:16, you wrote, hey, babe, I'm outside the White Swallow.
Damn it, I have to pee and you're making me laugh.
I'm just trying to help someone find their cell phone. Oh,
I can almost narrow down
video message
the time.
Now, you're a dirty little thing. Why on earth would someone want to see you pulling your pants down and taking it?
Daniel.
You've received a photogram from photogram.com.
And there you go. There it is.
You know what? I was wrong about it.
You're back in, aren't you?
I'm back
in because she goes, Daniel.
Yeah.
As it's farting, the last thing she says, Daniel. I have to pee and you're making me laugh.
I was horny when she said that.
It's so hot. Are you back in?
I'm back in.
Back in.
You know
All
what?
right,
Pendulette, you're working too hard.
Yeah, get some fartagram in your life, man. God almighty.
I had reservations while you guys were describing it, but that is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Well, hey, Ross, let's fartagram your wife right now.
Yeah, come on, Ross.
Okay.
You want to do it?
And what do we put it from your phone?
Yeah.
Are we going to do it? Really, the show has now become just us doing fartagrams. Are you sure you want to take this step?
Let's tell everybody this now is illegal.
Oh, yeah.
To do in Florida. It says on the website.
Oh, yeah. It
you
says,
cannot do this.
I'll read it right here.
Right.
Uh-oh. What is
It
this?
says we fartagram too much.
Oh, my God. I think we did. And we just we did too many fartagrams. All right. It says, I'll read you the thing at the bottom. It says, at the very bottom, I agree to record this call with the knowledge that the person I'm calling is not currently located in any of the following states: California, Pennsylvania, Florida, Illinois, Missouri, Washington, Maryland, is it Massachusetts? Yeah, Connecticut. I need my glasses. Nevada, New Hampshire, or Montana.
Well, Tiffany was in California or Nevada right now, and
we blew it. All right, go ahead. Oh, okay, hold on. All right.
Yeah, because you can't record someone's voice without them knowing them or something.
We can pick the one we want to do for her. I mean, I guess if you're using it with your friends, it's fine.
I don't know the.
Well, go and put your number in, Ross.
Will your wife pick up? Is she at work right now?
50-50.
Oh, 50-50.
What does that mean?
It means she answers about half.
Now, do we want to use this one? This is the one I was thinking of using for Tiffany. Here, let's see. Here, listen.
Hey there, hot stuff. Oh, I don't know. Someone looking for a good time. That's all.
No, because she'll think that's just me.
Okay. All right.
What should we send? Should we send the one your kids are sick at school?
No, that's too far. How about something simple? How about this one?
What is that?
Oh, my God. Oh my God! Oh,
what is this? Jackie the Joke Man?
You know what? I don't want to do Ross's wife now. I'm back out. Or do we want to do the White Swallow one again? It really is the best one. We've been through all of these 1,000 times.
That might get her, because I go out every night and she doesn't know where the hell I go.
All right, yeah.
All right, do a White Swallow again.
This is one of your clubs, right? All right, here we go. All right, so pick that one and action. There we go. And it's
the best part is that you see it calling, and then you see if they pick up or not, and you can tell if they pick up and on the line for a while. We got her.
It gives you like a countdown to let you know. Oh, by the way, this is show number 178 of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Tom. Ross is over there. Oh, we got her. And but it brought up an interesting discussion that you and I were having a couple of days ago. But why is something like this so entertaining? Like right now, my heart is beating faster than it normally would. I'm so excited.
We photogrammed, the first person we photogrammed was my buddy Turkey Leg at his job.
He was not happy.
He's a Harlem mechanic. He's like, hello. And then we did it. And then halfway through, he's like, F you guys.
Yeah, he was not happy. He was not happy
curmudgeon old man.
See, Tiffany's went well. Tiffany's, it had a good, ending.
I don't think she knew it was a recording for a while.
I think girls are more trusting with phone calls maybe than guys are.
And they don't know, like a smaller brain.
Yeah, they're just not
filled with dreams and
wishes and recipes.
I'm watching this go down and I'm just sweating like crazy.
Why?
What is my wife saying to this recording now?
Yeah, well, you may not want to know. What if she's like, he's at one of those, I knew he was at one of those homo bars.
Yeah, I knew he was gay.
I known it. He can't get it out. The fact that we have beautiful children, I've been meaning to tell him they're not even his. It'd be horrible, Ross.
It
ruins Ross's life.
Me and Daniel have had delusions about how this could ruin someone's life.
Yeah,
could
backfire on you.
We photogrammed this guy who's a bus driver.
We thought about him. Oh, we got
thought about him wrecking his bus and then all his kids dying, and we were like,
stop that.
It was true.
All right, so Ross.
So what caused the divorce? Oh, it was photogram.
Ross, are you ready? I hope she calls you your pet name when she answers. Oh, look at him getting another beer. Ross is worried. You ready, Ross? Yeah. Here we go.
Hey.
Hi, my name is Mitch, and I'm the manager of the White Swallow. It's a bar downtown, and I've been trying to track down the owner of a cell phone that was left here last night, and your number appears in the call log.
Oh, okay, this is my husband's number.
It's a men's club, and apparently you called this person like 8 times. Here, maybe this will help jog your memory. You sent this text at 9:24. Hey, big boy, what are you wearing? At 9:27, I hope you know how to drive a stick. All right. Do you remember saying that to someone last time?
I said that to all kinds of people every day.
Were you here at the White Swallow last night?
What's that mean, Ross?
Yep.
He's bitten on your bit.
And
every night.
You wrote, hey, babe, I'm outside the White Swallow. have to be ashamed, all right?
No, I'm not. That's how I usually talk to everyone that I see.
Oh, wow. I just saw the video message you sent last night. Your dirty little thing. Why on earth would someone want to see you pulling your pants down and taking it?
Oh, my gosh. Give Ross's phone back.
You received a photogram from photogram.com.
There it is.
I love that they sing the plug. That's the way to do it.
Never gets old. Give Ross his phone back. Oh, yeah, Ross, we'll take it. We'll take it.
My theory is best case scenario in the world as the most happy you could possibly be goes back to kings, right? Now, go with me with this theory. Like, we haven't evolved in the past...
Kings didn't want to have children.
We haven't evolved in the past 800-900 years as far as really how our brain
Kings
functions.
just wanted to fuck everything.
No, yeah, this is my point.
All right.
Now, there has to be some sort of enjoyment in our fucking brains and our evolution to have a companion, right? That's why people get married, because it has no, for me and for a lot of friends of mine, not religious.
Or you just get tired.
There's enjoyment of settling down and having a wife,
steadiness,
and a steadiness and a companion and a routine,
good base,
a routine. Yet, I know for a fact, and it's proven that it's still in my evolution and my wanting to bang girls that is there.
Of course, bang them all. Every single listener, I'll bang them.
Exactly,
all of you,
because especially
the hot ones we meet at the meetups.
The rules of marriage are not ingrained in our evolution. You see what I'm saying? Like
nothing but words.
Like the fact that
preach it, brother.
The fact that we're monogamous is not natural, right? Now it's in the rules of our society, but it's not natural, because if you were allowed to by your partner fuck any other girls anytime you want with no repercussions, men would.
Ask me if I would.
And would you?
Yes.
And that's exactly what it goes back to when I said kings. If we look at what was really an enjoyable life, you look at what a king could do.
No, because he's rich.
What a king could do, and I understand,
kill people.
No, I understand is rich.
Not a him, he's a Bulgarian.
But it gives you an example of.
That's what you would yell. You're murdering people. You're fucking, getting blowjob and pouring wine on your head.
It gives you an example of what people would do with no other boundaries. You see what I'm saying? Because a king writes his own fucking rules.
Bring in my entertainment, and people bring.
He's dancing with goat legs. You see a goat leg boy dance.
Bring it there. Hold on, I got this.
Okay, here we go.
Hold on.
Here we go.
I got something for this.
Here we go.
Keep telling your theory.
Okay, my theory is, so you go back to what a king got as the ultimate rule maker, and that's what every man wants, which is a steady queen to go to fuck and talk to, because she's the smart one.
Yeah.
And a bunch of fucking brood.
Let the feast begin. Bring in the entertainment.
And you're dancing with goat legs. And you're like, look at the goat legs. Ah! Pan go.
What a wonderful feast we have had. Suck my dick. That's what I was. Wait, I was in character. Is that right?
Yeah.
You looked at me like I was crazy.
And you have a bunch.
Play the flute while my dick is sucked. Everyone leave but the man playing the flute and the girl that sucks my dick.
And then you're fat, you have a giant beard, you're disgusto.
See, here's what...
How do you know how to play the flute, by the way?
I don't know.
How the fuck do you know how to do that?
Maybe in a past life I was one of the... I was playing a flute for some king. In a past life I was playing a flute for some king and his dick sucked.
So that's what I'm saying, Ross. And do you like my theory of when given no rules by society that we would do what a king would do, which means you have a queen or whatever, that she's there to fucking talk to you. She's older.
You won me over with your theory.
She's more your age and shit, like a wife.
You even got Ross thinking about it.
But she lets you fuck a bunch of girls because you're still horny, so you still have that in your evolution.
How do we get
that? So, what you really want to do
How do we get that? Live like kings.
Have a companion and fuck a bunch of random girls.
Yes, I agree.
And then be fat, beard, you can let yourself disgusting.
To go along with your theory,
because all kings have done that. It's not like one king has been like, queen, nothing else. Like back before it was frowned upon.
What was that famous, I believe it was an Italian No, it wasn't Italian. There was a famous, because I was going to say dictator, and obviously I don't think that was Italy, but there was a famous dictator.
Yeah.
Do you remember the funeral procession had his wife and then his mistress and his other mistress in the procession?
Yeah.
And it was all completely accepted. No one even made a big to-do about it. It was completely accepted.
Mob bosses.
They all knew each other.
Would go out and
they're fucking kings.
Fuck all the time, and the wife was just like, you know what? I accept this type of living. And
how do we convince our wives to let us do that?
You know what? Here, I'm saying society fucks.
Because right now all I've got is a stinky fucking remote-controlled helicopter that I broke, and that's not as good as fucking other girls.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I broke my helicopter, and I knew one should be delivered today.
If there's any proof to the actions of what is in our nature, it's how kings live, because they had no societal boundaries telling them what to do, and they were always had like, you know, and they might have only had the wife just because it was part of tradition. But then I go back onto my theory saying there's a reason, there's an enjoyment men have of having a companion, you know, that's more your age, you could talk to, you know.
Begin the feast!
Now suck my dick.
I don't know why I like saying that.
You know, and then you have someone killed, and you're like, oh God, why would I watch
you'd
that?
have someone killed. You'd have to take him down real low before you take him up high.
Yeah.
So you'd have him killed. You'd be like, "You have been vulgarious to the crowd. Did you or did you not steal 5 horses from my royal stable?"
Yes, I did, sire.
Why did you do this? Why? We brought you in. You were the bastard son of Valdemar, and I brought you into my fold. Why would you do this? Kill him! Start the feast! Suck my dick!
God, kings live good.
Oh, God, we need to do that.
You know what?
Maybe we should do a medieval mediocre meetup where everyone dresses as king.
We'll do it at medieval times.
Oh shit! But if you just came up with a brilliant idea, write that down.
Can we rent it out and do it like real?
And we will do a live. Listen. Like we'll write the story.
I want chicks in there with tits hanging out. I want live fucking like a gladiators.
Yeah.
And I mean, we can't.
I don't think you can do that.
Executions.
We couldn't afford that. Those motherfuckers make bank.
No,
not with British tourists.
No. We bring our own actresses.
No, I'm saying to rent that place out. Do you know how much money they make just running tours through there?
God.
That would be fun though. Giant medieval mediocre meetup. And we're all dressed as kings, and let me write the story about what happens. I'll make it really fucking rape crazy.
Oh yeah. Because that's what really happened. Like, what do you think?
The Black Knight fucked her good, and he's riding away. It
was all rape.
Or shaking.
It was just rape and murder.
Do it for real.
It was. I mean, that's all it was.
There's so much wrong with your theory. I don't even know where to start.
What?
But do you guys even like watch or read Game of Thrones? The king
I
is
watch
the
Game of
most.
Thrones.
Everything in the entire kingdom falls onto the king's shoulders. Yeah, when there's feast time, he's the king of the feast.
Yeah.
But at all other moments, he's got to be king of the realm and take care of business 24/7.
Yeah, and he's fucking everything. The big fat king and that big fat guy.
Yeah.
And at the same time, everybody who is not part of your vassal service plan, or some that are constantly trying to become the king. So
trying to poison your wine.
You're playing King of the Hill all day, every day, trying to stay king.
I hate that show, King of the Hill. Have you watched Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
It's good.
No, it is good. But
it's good because the one brother and sister are fucking each other and the kid sees them in the window. That is what I'm talking about. Now that's a fucking mediocre meetup. What'd you guys do? Tom and Dan had 2 brother and sister fuck each other.
But Russ, regardless of whether a king has
a
lot to deal with, I understand that. I'm just saying when it's time to fucking party and the feast happens, he's eating a giant turkey leg, getting his dick sucked, and the queen is just there fucking doing whatever. Who gives a shit?
But on a day-to-day basis, think back to your shoe. Your shoe castle.
Yeah, but like at least 3 or 4 times a week he's doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe 3 days out of the week he's like, fuck, I gotta work late, really killing these motherfuckers and strategizing how the fuck I'm gonna kill this other army.
We'll flank them to the left. How deep is the snow? No, that's what he was saying.
Then you flute time.
Oh, yeah. I didn't have my flute. We'll flank them to the left. How deep is the snow in the mountain regions?
It's been about 3 feet, sire.
Oh, I think we can handle that. We've seen worse. Stop the feast! Now suck my dick! That's what Kings did.
That's it. They went that hard. Plus, Ross, they didn't know shit back in the day. They had the fucking slow as hell.
We should have a shirt that says "Start the Feast."
They didn't know shit. They thought dragons were real. With a bunch of fools. And then Ross is like, "Hey, you want to hear what happened at D-Rug's birthday party?" I'm like, "Oh yeah!"
Like this, and his foot's going.
Yeah, their foot is like you're on that blue meth from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, the blue meth.
You're Pinkman from Breaking Bad.
Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah, you're Pinkman with a gland problem. Oh, I'm sorry. So I know you had a bad day, and we're about to talk about it. So then I asked Ross. He's like, "Yeah, I want to talk about D-Rug's birthday party." I'm like, "Oh yes, because we have nothing to talk about."
Because we have, we didn't go. We had other. What do we have going on?
Huh? I don't know.
Oh, we had an Orlando City game.
Well, yeah,
I had an Orlando City game.
That and I was semi-afraid. A little bit.
Okay, that's fine. That's an honest answer.
I'm joking.
That's
I'm joking.
D-Rug,
I was not afraid.
For those of you, D-Rug does our movie
and
reviews.
I know D-Rug doesn't listen. So
D-Rug, he was a drug dealer. We can say that, right?
Yeah.
Like he did his time.
About it.
No longer. He's reformed. He's a rapper now. He lives in Pine Hills in the heart. We went and visited his house.
Yeah.
He rolled the tightest of joints on his porch as a cop drove by, and he said, "They won't mess with me."
Yeah.
And that was interesting.
And I was nervous the whole time.
Yeah, you were tapping your foot like blue meth.
So
yeah, it happened to be 32 degrees, and we were dressed like this. It was one of those days in Orlando where you went up to like 82, and then at night it dropped down to like 34, 36.
Yeah, it was freezing. So this is what Ross tells me. We sit there and he's like, "Hey, I can talk about D-Rug's birthday party." We're like, "Yes, yeah." And he's like, I don't know if I could talk about it." And then I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "Something happened."
That's not what I said.
No,
that's what you said, Ross.
But
And then
You're R.L. Stein writing a Goosebumps book over there. Come on,
I'm
man.
not.
Goosebumps
You said
reference is awesome, Ross. I thought you were going to say something like, "So this big black mama came out and started clapping her ass, and then we were all tucking
cheated on my wife.
cocaine baggies into her G-string, and then we all and then I went to the studio and I don't know. I freestyled.
I'm plowing her.
Yeah,
and her ass is so big.
I'm in the studio.
I can't get my small white D in anything.
Yeah, so I'm in the vocal booth, and D-Rug's cutting a freestyle, and I'm plowing this big black mama. That's what I thought. You were something along the lines.
When you said I don't know if I could talk about it, I was like,
didn't you think stripper or nudity and something?
Well, I got immediately like nervous. I was like, what happened? Like, what happened to you? And then, this is what Ross said. He's like, I got drunk. Then
there was a card game.
There was a card game.
Then I left.
I threw a fit.
I got crazy mad. Walked through the Pine Hills.
Dominoes, motherfucker! And then he walked out.
And he's like, I got jumped. Okay, I'll let you know the whole story from the very beginning because I want to hear everything.
You got close on the back end, except I used the word belligerent, which is a little bit too SAT.
Then you said, and then I
didn't cuss everybody out at the party, did you?
Do you want the story? Or do you
Hold
just
on,
want me to
no.
Oh, no.
So then I asked
Ross,
Ross,
are we all getting killed?
I asked Ross, I was like, do you not want to talk about it because you're worried about retribution from some gang?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I assure you, no gang is listening to our show.
Oh, my God.
And then he goes, no, I'm worried about, the racial aspect. And I go, what did you think?
Stop.
Did you think 5 Irish guys jumped you in Pine Hills?
What do we have here? Look at him walking down the street. Hey there, boy. What you doing in our part of town? Don't you know?
Oh, boy, this is exactly why. Because I didn't want you to tell the story for me and turn it into a cartoon.
Look at here. We got Steve Irwin's accountant walking through Pine Hills. What you doing there, boy? You trying to score some drugs? What?
So Ross, start from the very beginning.
D-Rug, our friend who does the movie reviews.
He is our friend, yeah. He does Beat That Movie Down. For Rebecca's benefit, he has a song called Beat That Pussy Down. Like some of the lyrics are like, put that pussy in a headlock, beat it up, beat it down, beat the pussy around. Like he's, that's
like a childhood.
Yeah.
Ring around the rosy type thing.
Yeah. And he does a segment called Beat That Movie Down. So that's, the play on words kind of a thing there. And so you went to his birthday.
He happened to be celebrating his birthday at his house.
How old is he?
Happy birthday,
I believe
D-Rug.
he just hit 35.
Happy birthday, D-Rug.
He's younger than Daniel.
And so
Thanks for pointing that out. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate it. On a day like today, really, buddy? Really?
I really like to jab the knife there.
I got to his house. I think the party was at 4. I got there about 5. Things were pretty quiet
fashionably
at that
late.
point.
Because everyone knows that when you're wearing a flak jacket, you have to be fashionably late.
D-Rug was just finishing up some of his grilling, and nobody being an hour late.
Did you go by yourself?
Wait a minute. We need to clarify with rappers, grilling might mean 2 things. So we should clarify that.
Was he mean mugging someone?
Yeah, was he putting his teeth in, or was he cooking like a ribby kind of a chicken-y thing?
He had just finished grilling the chicken wings, and he was about to move on to the hot dogs and burgers afterwards.
Okay.
Now, that's child's
did you
play.
show up by yourself?
My wife dropped me off.
Oh, God. You ever
what is your wife?
You ever seen a poor woman in a minivan drive out of Pine Hills at 100 miles an hour?
I automatically...
His wife is an architect, and she's like super smart, and like they're like complete opposites. Like Ross is a complete fuck up. I mean that with love.
No, it's true.
I already get embarrassed when your wife drops you off here.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
I was a goddamn waste of time.
This is like Baldwin Pine Hills.
But when she's dropping you off, now we've been to D-Rug's house. When she dropped me off in the middle of Pine Hills for D-Rug's birthday party, did she even say to you anything?
Oh, by the way,
to you, what are you doing? What, hey, this is like Tom and Dan thing. Why aren't you with them?
You do know on Google Maps it is exactly in the center of Pine Hills. It really is.
Yeah.
Like if you look at Pine Hills and look at his house, if you threw a pin, it's exact center.
On the dartboard, it's 100 points.
Yeah, you pass 5 Jamaican restaurants before you get there. That's
Go
true.
ahead.
So get to the birthday party early, and then we were talking for a minute, and he needed to like clean up before the rest of the guests arrived. So I kind of took over grill duties for a minute, and I actually ended up
that's a big deal.
cooking the hot. It was fun. It was fun.
No, but that's a big deal at the birthday party. For a grill out.
Sure.
I mean, based on Dr. Dre videos, that is quite the honor.
Yeah.
So like,
now did a car pull up and then a bunch of people walk out of the trunk and start a giant beach party?
Because everything you know about rapping is Coolio's Fantastic Voyage.
That's the only thing I know. Not only about rap, but about black people themselves.
At any point
all
did
Coolio's Fantastic
At
Voyage.
any point did you yell, "You better be ready when the 5 roll by"?
Here's the thing: I can't go like back and forth in the story. I can only go forward in order. So like some of those elements might be there. Like there might be a photo shoot
Custom
with
cars?
booty models at a certain point in the story, but you got to wait until we get there.
We're not letting him talk either.
I'm sorry.
I do that. I'm really bad about this on the podcast. Like when somebody's telling a story, I take my knife and during the story I just hatchet it.
Yeah.
I just literally cut it to pieces.
I apologize, Ross. Keep going. We will only interrupt you half the time now.
So D-Rug goes in, showers up. I'm running the grill, hot dogs and burgers. Guests start arriving, and then I had given him the turquoise Lambo tank top for his as his birthday present from from me and from us as a show.
The Lambo dick tank.
Did he
top.
like that?
And he liked it so much he actually wore it during the birthday party.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh
So
man, that's good.
So that was cool. And,
that gives us street cred. You know that, right?
I don't think so, but it was nice of him. It was a nice gesture.
Like,
okay, that's fine. Apparently, Ross knows now because he's been inducted into the gang, and we're not.
Yeah.
Listen, jump in, jump out. That's all I'm going to say about that. So I was running the grill, and then at a certain point, I think people start arriving, and there's
what type of people are arriving?
Set the scene here.
Commissioner Teresa Jacobs, Fred Brummer, Buddy Dyer.
Does my pop-up stroll in?
Yeah,
looking for,
who's here?
Old Milwaukee.
Pretty standard party goers, I guess. I don't know how to differentiate them in any way that would be distinguishable to you. Like
Jeremiah from Jeremiah's Italian Ice.
People were bringing flavored vodkas. Let me just say, a lot of people arrived with cigars.
Yeah.
That they were going to enjoy, and perhaps premium ingredients to put into those cigars.
Bill Clinton, premium
ingredients.
Yeah, I like that. I need a cigar with premium ingredients.
Ross, were you the only white person there?
No, of course not. There were at least a couple other white people there. And it was not like...
Were they the servers?
Three.
Were they the caterers?
I would like that.
From barbecue
Hi, we're here from Puffin Stuff. I'm here to set up your chocolate fountain.
Was it James Franco from Spring Breakers?
No, I will say I was perhaps the only white person wearing like my green sneakers and like Dockers and Tom and Dan shirt with like
Dockers.
That green.
You wore Dockers?
That green like linen shirt I have that inspired Dan to famously call me, or maybe it was you that called me Business Kurt Cobain.
Oh, yeah.
Business Kurt Cobain.
How dare you give that joke credit to Daniel? Huh? I stand by that.
You know what? And I can't joke, Jack. That's a damn solid joke.
So now I imagine like D-Rug introducing you to his friends, and then
here's the thing, he was
kind of being embarrassed by it because if I was D-Rug,
Al Ross, old chap, come in here. I want you to meet somebody. This is Crazy Eyes.
If I was D-Rug, I'd be embarrassed by the fact that I'm involved with this.
Not
show
at all. Not at all. The thing is, like maybe it was D-Rug's party, so of course he's just enjoying himself, and like obviously I'm not the focus of the party, but when he did turn his attention to me, he would introduce me. Hey y'all, this is Ross from
You were a bit
the
of a
Mediocre
novelty.
Time with Tom and Dan, and to give you guys credit, like a certain amount of people did acknowledge that fact as like at least the thing.
You liked it. You were a bit of a novelty there. You were kind of a show pony.
No, not even
eye candy.
You were the token white guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you were like on his arm. I mean, he's showing you off. I mean, it's kind of a big deal.
No, not even really. Like, I kind of ran the grill, and well, when I really got into trouble was when I was having a couple Budweisers, and maybe a little
Regular
cigar.
white label Mabel.
Yeah, just straight up buds.
And then you fell on a premium ingredient cigar.
And I don't want to interrupt you, but now that I think about it, Ross is the Flavor Flav of white guys.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to put a token white guy stereotype in your party in a D-Rugs type scenario, Ross would walk in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't get any whiter than Ross.
Now, where I really got in trouble is when I saw...
Your rapper name would be Vanilla Bean.
You could have a yarmulke on. That would be the cherry on top.
I saw D-Rug making himself a drink, and I asked him to mix me like whatever he was having.
Thug Passion.
Which turned out to be, I believe, peach vodka and juice, which is delicious.
What kind
of
juice?
Just pretty like carton juice, standard mixed fruit juice.
Like a Sunny Delight or something?
No. It was like
a fruit punch.
Juicy juice, yes.
I want to say it was like a
15%
Welch's,
juice
maybe. It was like your standard mixed Welch's juice. And then, I barely even drink beer anymore.
Ecto Cooler?
So this liquor hit me really hard. I got really drunk and,
fast?
At one point there was a bikini model, like the girls in shorts. A car full of them pulls up, and they come out and start taking. There's a dude with camera taking pictures with dude. There was like a booty girl photo shoot in the middle of this party. You guys,
and you're still.
I think that's when I texted you guys, and I was like, "You guys don't even know what you're missing."
No, you got belligerent with me. You're like, "Fuck what you're doing, dude.
Yeah,
whatever
just
you're
get
doing,
here."
What I'm like, well, I'm kind of working right now, and you're like, "Go fuck yourself." So
I saw that group
that's how
text.
hammered I was.
I told my wife, I was like, "Oh, Ross is dead." That's what I told my wife.
You got belligerent to the point where I think my text back to you was like, "I will deal with your text when I am done working, sir."
Correct, and that's the attitude you should have had with a drunk idiot who was bothering you at that point.
You're
and
having
so,
fun, Ross.
But that's basically where I was at this point in the party.
Cut yourself
and then,
some slack, dude.
One of the other key features of the party, it had brought from the point I was grilling on, they brought up the fact that there's going to be cards, and it turned out to be a game known as Spades. Which I incorrectly identified as hearts initially. I said, "Oh, can I play hearts?"
I thought it was like a competitive game of war. Maybe a little bit of Jim Rummy or some bridge.
Yeah, I like that. How about you guys want to play Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so you're playing Spades.
Do you mind? D-Rug is actually calling in. Do you mind writing his number down so I can recognize it when it comes in?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. And so like...
I like it. Ross is telling me what to do.
I asked.
You're
please,
really
sir.
secondary on the show now. Ross, the street cred has surpassed your business ability.
It's shot through the roof.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, I'm done grilling. I've had maybe one or two vodka drinks and some plates of delicious food. Oh, my God. Good mac and cheese. Delicious.
Come on.
Delicious burgers and hot dogs, which I had a little bit of a hand in.
This is in no way a racial comment, but it is a racial comment in the fact that I will say, in DeLand, and I've told this on the podcast before, my sister church, my mom worked at Trinity United Methodist Church, and our sister church was St. Joseph's, and it was in the hood. It just was. Some things are just actualities. And we would go there to have church and eat, and it was the best food you would ever have in your life. So, hey, some things are, you can call it a stereotype if you want to, but some things are just actualities, and it's just the way it is. So if you wanted to go to St. Joseph's and eat, it would be great food. If you wanted to go to Trinity and eat, bland, what are you, a carton of Stouffer's lasagna? Or do you want hand-breaded fried chicken, homemade mac and cheese, homemade green beans?
Oh, it's the best.
It's like soul food, delicious.
That's the best food.
It is the best food.
Yeah.
Yes, especially living in our area. So continue, Ross.
So I had a couple drinks, had a few plates of food.
So you're having a good time.
Talking to people, having fun like crazy, yeah.
How were the bikini models? It was good stuff?
Oh, my God. D-Rug's sister-in-law actually turned me on to this website where you can get in on class action lawsuits, like just giant lawsuits. No, it's brilliant. It's the smartest thing that anybody's ever told me. And you just it lists them all for you, and you can get in. She's like, I got a claim from this. I got $20 coming from that. I got free CDs from this.
You just get your hand in all the pots.
We need to interview her. A class action lawsuit.
You really do.
Ross, give us an interview.
So I'm having a blast. I'm getting information. I'm networking for you guys to a certain extent, and watching the card game, and it looks so much fun.
Spades
is a fun game.
I learned how to play spades when I was in high school. When
the bad kids play it,
with everybody played spades, and then we used to play spades. At people's houses and whatever, and get drunk and play spades. So I'm very familiar.
You should have offered to play charades with them.
Behind poker,
that would have been more fun.
Like Texas Hold'em, the funnest game to play.
They should have a World Spades tour.
Yeah, they should.
So I tried to get it on.
I know. I'm just staying away. I'm just staying away from them.
I tried to get in on the card game for a while, and I was politely declined. It was, kind of like, first it was in the middle of a game, and then, there was a line of people that were, already queued up to get in the game ahead of me.
Cream puff.
They say that? I hope
they said that.
I hope they called you something ridiculous.
I hope they slapped your belly.
Yeah, was there a name for you?
No, like I said, it was all very
for you,
polite.
fat Superman. Get out of here.
And, so by the point I did get a chance to sit in, and me and D-Rug were going to be partners. He's on the line, by the way.
Okay, great.
Okay.
We were going to be partners in the game. And
D-Rug, are you on the line?
Yeah, this is me calling right now.
Okay,
right.
D-Rug, you can just kind of chill out while Ross is telling the story, and you can kind of clarify.
Well, now, I want to ask D-Rug a couple questions.
Okay.
D-Rug, so Ross is at...
Ladies and gentlemen, D-Rug from Beat That Movie Down, the Mohawk Don. When's your new album dropping, D-Rug?
Should be ready like October around Halloween time.
And the name of it is The Magnificent Asshole, so look for that.
Yep.
So D-Rug,
magnificent asshole.
So D-Rug, we apologize that me and Dan couldn't be at your party. We
actually had to work, man.
We actually wanted to go. We were going to a soccer game. So when Ross came to your party, at all were you a little bit, because I know I would be, embarrassed to have to introduce Ross to your friends?
Oh no, man, my parties be like that, man. You never know who might come through at my parties, man.
So now
Ross, he fit right in.
Did he fit right in? Because
at any point did
he
you
barely fits into our studio with a bunch of white people.
Yeah. At any point did you refer to him as the biggest Ross?
Oh.
Did any of your friends, now honestly, D-Rug, did any of your friends honestly ask you, like, take you aside and be like, hey, what's this cracker-ass cracker doing here?
Yeah, why are you bringing up this?
No. He was cool until he started playing spades.
Okay.
There we go. Get back to the story.
D-Rug, one time in a ghetto in St. Augustine, I had a television thrown out of a third-story window at me, and I was called a pillowcase. What does that mean? I think it means I'm really white.
Pillowcase.
Yeah, I think it means I'm really white.
I'm going to start using that, by the way.
You can call me pillowcase, but yeah.
It has a kind of a tinge of fat references.
Yeah, it does. I know, it does. There's a chubby thing out of a thing going on there. But okay, yeah. So until he started playing spades?
Yeah, because, spades at a black party, spades is like we don't fuck off about spades at a black party. That shit is real. So
gotcha.
I was trying to explain to Ross, like, hey, man, you might get cussed out on the table if you ain't playing right, because that's how they do. And he was a little tipsy, and he took shit the wrong way, and he left.
What?
Oh, so
Wait, hold on.
It's the equivalent of going into a white party and talking about Obama's healthcare plan.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how.
Exactly.
I think Obamacare is fantastic. Get out of here, you pillowcase. Jive turkey motherfucker.
Yep,
okay, so
it's the same thing. Like if you fuck up on the spades table at a black party, man, you can forget it.
Gotcha. Now hold on,
Ross. Why'd you have to fuck up the spades table?
I will fully admit that, like, I was liquored up and I was maybe having a little bit too much fun, and maybe I should have watched more than I should have insisted that I wanted to play. I was out of line. I'll admit that.
Okay, all right.
All right, now Ross, what exactly?
That's the nerdiest black party apology. D-Rug, I would like to take this opportunity to let you know that I was completely out of line. And I've detailed it in 5 bullet points that I will...
I set up a PowerPoint presentation.
I sent you an email. It's in a Word document form. I can...
So now, Ross, first, before we hear D-Rug's side, how drunk were you, and what do you think was the breaking point of what you did?
Oh, boy, I really don't know, but...
Were you blacked out?
No, I was...
What was he drinking? What was the name of the drink you were mixing him?
There was some peach Ciroc with some peach juice.
Oh, the Ciroc. Rick Ross drinks the Ciroc.
Because there was so many motherfucking bottles here. It was ridiculous, man. I had people just bringing bottles, and so many people was bringing all kind of cushion shit. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, as Rick Ross would say, this was not a block party. It was a Ciroc party. Make every party a Ciroc party. Tom and Darren, sponsored by Ciroc.
So Ross, I had to fix him one of them little D-Rug specials. You know what I'm saying? I was drinking the Ciroc with the peach Ciroc with the peach Minute Maid juice, you know what I'm saying?
Peach Minute Maid.
I don't know what happened after that. I think Ross got a little too wasted.
Okay.
Yeah. So the cards kind of went south, and then I will fully admit it was my fault. I was drunk and out of control, and probably not playing right.
This is embarrassing. D-Rug, we're really sorry.
Yeah,
I
but this led to me, like, I guess at a certain point.
No, man. I tell you this, man. Ross was one of the best party. He's welcome to any fucking party I've do, man. Ross rocks, man.
All right, fair enough.
Everybody come to my party and get wasted. That's the whole point of coming to my party.
We'll be at the next one.
And get fucked up.
I like that. D-Rug's party does not judge. Let's
like
put that
that,
into
yes.
consideration.
Ultimate
There's no
tolerance.
judging here.
Ultimate tolerance.
Like I pick up,
not at all.
I go to a party and I pick up the wrong salad fork, and the eyes are like daggers at me. D-Rug.
I was at a head to tail dinner at Ravenous Pig one night, and God, I really stinking it up.
That's what I was telling. That's why I was texting you guys and telling you, get here. This is fun. And even though you guys assume that you're going to be fishes out of water, you're not.
Now, Ross,
you're projecting what you thought. I never once thought I'd be a fish out of water at D-Rug's party.
Now, Tom said he was afraid.
Ross,
Tomorrow, what's been a fish out of water?
Are you D-Rug? Are you smoking weed right now? I can hear it.
No, not yet. I'm rolling.
Okay, I knew it. I can hear you licking something in the back. All right,
so,
I just want to make sure.
So, Ross,
I can hear it, D-Rug.
At what point? Now, did
I already got a roll.
Did everybody in the card game kick you out of the card game, or did they?
No,
what happened?
And this is the point where I'm not remembering stuff too clearly due to liquor. D-Rug, feel free to chime in with a clarification at any point. But at a certain point, I just got fed up with like how I was playing or how the game was being played or something, and I was just like, all right, whatever. Just stood up and walked directly away from the card game out of D-Rug's yard.
Where'd you go? The bathroom? Would you cry in your diaper, little baby?
I walked out into the street of Pine Hills and took a left to where what I thought
I know where a left
is. Heading towards what I thought where Colonial was.
No, you're going further into Pine Hills.
Now, why'd you get so? Now, here's the thing, Ross. Why'd you get so mad?
I don't remember. That's where things get real hazy.
All right,
from
back
the
to
liquor
back to D-Rug now. Yeah. D-Rug, in your recollection of the events, what happened with Ross? Did he get belligerent?
He actually wasn't belligerent. He just when I was telling him, the rules, I guess he was too drunk to listen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just trying to tell him to calm down, because he was really taking it serious, and I knew he wanted to be competitive. You know what I'm saying?
It was that kind of drunk where you're insisting you can do everything.
And I became his partner, and I told him, I said, you know what? I'll be your partner. And when I became his partner on the table, that's when I realized Ross is a little drunk, and I got a short attention span, so I got up off the table.
Oh, you left him.
What happened after that?
You left him.
He played another game, and I guess they told him to get up off the table or something, but then he vanished.
Is it or is it not true that little Smokey pulled a handgun and put it to Ross's temple and told him to break his pillowcase ass out of here? Is that true?
No.
So Ross,
I don't think so. I don't think there wasn't no pistols allowed at the party.
Okay, that's good. No pistols allowed. That's our rule too.
So I'm guessing, Ross, that you were so belligerent or so drunk that everybody got fed up with you, not knowing how to play.
Out of the game.
And they're like, and then you got you get drunk, you get your feelings hurt.
This Ben Franklin motherfucker's killing all the vibe. Yeah, they kicked you out of here.
And then
Bingo.
And then you said, that's it. I am good day.
Good day. You know what, gentlemen? This has been fun, but if you're not going to clarify the rules a little bit better, I shall go and find a game that I will be better suited for, and I bid you adieu.
And then you marched out into Pine Hills?
Yeah,
is that?
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, I just walked away into Pine Hills.
What a dick, Ross.
Now, this is the point where D-Rug, I understand that maybe
Ross started getting really crazy about this next part.
Yeah, this is the point where maybe I understand that you may not want to comment on, and Ross is going to tell the story. So I don't know if you want to continue to stay on the line.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I can stay on. I'm good. I want to know what happened because, like I said, I didn't know what happened to Ross because I was looking for him. I'm like, yo. Where my white boy at, man?
Why do I feel like
everybody was like, I don't know. He walked off, so I don't know what happened.
D-Rug, why do I feel like this is the Pine Hills and Black version of Dinner for Schmucks? Like you invited Ross there.
You are no beard Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, you're making your little mouse creations, and you're playing spades, and then you wander off, and he's
all the D-Rug's friends like, let's get the whitest cracker in our party, and then I'll make fun of him secretly.
Yeah, we'll make him march into his ass into the heart of Pine Hills.
No, D-Rug put the invitation for his birthday party out on his Facebook, and I hit him up for his address.
Okay, take us to the next part.
I invited myself.
Let's keep moving.
Now, real quick, Ross, before we continue, you heard the BDM at D-Rug's house. Is that correct?
No, I don't have a BDM membership. I'm sorry about that.
I've been telling you, $295 is not enough.
Come on, it's not that much.
Don't have a job. I can't afford. I'm sorry.
And we won't give you the
I'm not giving you the code.
You'd think.
So at D-Rug's house,
but the
at one time,
is Superman 69.
We did ask him when we were hanging out on the on his porch and we were talking to him. We said to him, if we walk out of here, now it's broad daylight. If we just
this is right. This was the last question before we left.
If we walk out of here, will someone mess with us or rob us? And he said, absolutely.
Yeah, that was true. D-Rug, do you remember that when it was getting a little bit dark, and you said, yeah, y'all better go.
Yeah, at nighttime. I was like, yep, at nighttime you will.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, Michael Jackson's Thriller.
I mean, it's just being straight up. So now we told you
at some point, everybody starts dancing, and
so let's talk about how prescient.
Get out of there.
Let's talk about how prescient D-Rug is, because imagine the same scenario, but like significantly later at night. I think it was like 9 or 10 o'clock, somewhere around that. And, so I
that's the witching hour.
Storm out of the party and like hammer drunk, like I said, wearing green sneakers, a green shirt, red Tom and Dan underneath.
You just paint a target in your head.
Yeah.
I had my iPhone 5 in my hand, yelling at my wife, "Hey, I'm going to head to Colonial," and I look up, I see Mercy Drive. I'm going to walk down Mercy Drive to Colonial, which I can see off in the distance.
Good band. There's a band called Mercy Drive.
And I'm going to walk down Mercy Drive. I'll meet you at the intersection of Mercy and Colonial. Okay, sweetie. Walking through the night, Pine Hills, wearing green, talking to my iPhone 5. And,
now, was she yelling at you? I knew these guys would do this to you. I told you to never do this stupid podcast again.
At this point, I was just like, hey, I'm ready to come
home.
It's
not worth the bassoon.
The worst part is that your wife had to leave her Bible study to come pick you up, which is...
By the time I called her, I'd walked a little bit of it off and realized that I was kind of being the asshole in the situation, and that but not quite enough to realize that I was in the middle of Pine Hills in the dark, talking into my iPhone 5. So kind of a
you're so drunk that you had the what we like to call liquid courage,
literally,
or beer balls.
It was not even
like beer balls.
That's a little bit more white trash version of liquid courage.
Look, who you're talking to.
It was just that I was not even considering it. I was just in my mind, I was just walking down the street to meet my wife. It wasn't even in my head until at a certain point, probably like 3 or 4 blocks north of Colonial, these gentlemen introduced themselves to me by hitting me in the back of the head.
Hello, old chap.
And
I'm tapping your top hat. Are you chimney sweep like me? You're on my turf, and I clean these chimneys, so you best be scooting along.
So guy hits me in the back of the head from behind, and like
did he hit you with a hand or the back of a
fist,
gun?
Okay, a fist.
Okay.
And,
that's not that bad.
And so
it would be funny though if it had been an inflatable guitar that karaoke DJs use. That would
this barely inconvenienced me.
I'm a karaoke DJ, and you're on my turf. See, I'm hitting you with this pink inflatable guitar that we use for Moni Moni.
So I'm so drunk that at this point, like the way this comes to my knowledge is that I'm like, what the fuck just happened to my glasses? Like my glasses just got
dropped his glasses.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm kind of like I'm looking for my glasses before anything.
That's the last thing Ben Franklin ever said.
Rebecca just mouthed, "That's so sad."
Yeah. It gets worse, Rebecca. I don't blame you if you want to step out.
Oh, my God.
No.
Okay.
You're embarrassing us in front of our celebrity guests.
God, I wish D-Rug had pulled up and just put a bullet in your head and put you out of your misery. You're really bringing the show down.
It's like when it's like in The Walking Dead when the zombies start attacking your friends, and then you pull that move where you're holding the scoped gun, and then when you're looking at all the zombies, you're like, should I shoot them? But you're like,
There's too much. It's it's good for nothing. Let him go.
And then you shoot your friend and put him out of his misery.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So I kind of, when I finally turn around and see these guys, like I didn't have my glasses on. It was dark. It was real dark, so I couldn't get a real good look at them. But there was 3 guys. There was a guy in the middle and like 2 guys I could kind of see to like either side of me. And like I was drunk. I was obviously stupid, but like it was pretty obvious what these guys were doing. The guy in the middle was like yelling at me and distracting me while the 2 guys circle around to the side.
Do you need directions? Do you need help?
Sir, you look you need help?
You look out of place.
Do you need water? Food or anything?
I have a ration here. Please eat. You look famished.
So
Was it anything like that?
I don't know, like, and then I kind of like, I wasn't even thinking. This was just all like reaction, right?
I think D-Rex kid just called you a cracker.
He's like,
the move I decided to go for was like I take a step towards the guy in the middle, right?
Were you going to try and fight him? What are you, an idiot? Just lay on the ground like a bear and put your hands over your head and go, like, just rape me, do whatever.
Yeah, start pooping yourselves.
In this kind of situation, Dan, like you don't like I thought processes were not happening. This was literally a fight or flight situation.
It was so fast.
This all happened. Like I said, I was looking for my glasses, and then I was like, wait, there's guys attacking me. That's kind of like where I went to, right? And then I noticed that like the 2 guys are flanking me. I take a step towards the guy in the middle. and turn and run as fast as I can. That was what I came up with.
It's called the Emmett Smith. Juke.
I juked towards the guy in the middle and then made a bolt for it.
Try saying, "Are you guys Tom and Dan fans?"
Have you listened to the podcast? It's quite amusing. I'll clean your chimneys.
They refused my business card very rudely, I might add. I was asking if they.
You guys know what a QR code is? Because this is pretty funny.
So I take off in my PF Flyers. I'm running down Mercy towards Colonial, and the dude when I was facing him on my right.
Did you yell "mommy" as you were running?
I did. I think at a certain point I did yell, "My wife's on her way!"
That'll scare him.
And they're like, "Wait, his wife's on his way. Back off."
So
Call it off.
When I was facing these guys, the dude that had been on my right tackled me and kind of
God.
As I was running away, I probably got like 3 or 4 steps in, and he came at me and tackled me and took me down to my knees. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it was a fight or flight situation.
Suck my dick. And that's when you did it, right?
Flight was off the table at this point,
Okay.
I like it. I don't thinking about it in retrospect.
Onto the ground or the street or the grass.
It was dark, Tom. It was so dark. I didn't have my glasses on. It
was the bounce house from D-Rug's party.
I assume it was like somebody's lawn. It wasn't the road because I'm not all road rashy. But so the dude.
Surprised you didn't hit a Virgin Mary statue.
When the dude took me down and I hit my knees, I don't know how to describe it other than hulked out and threw this dude off on my back.
That's retard strength.
Yeah, yeah, they have that.
You could have gone with drunk strength.
Okay, no, they have that. Sorry. You ever tried to get a beanbag out of their hands?
So I kind of basically I stood up and threw this guy off on my back, and then
yo, dog, he's got retard strength.
For an indeterminate amount of time, I remember certain flashes of it, but the day after there were bruises and contusions that I don't remember acquiring.
You must have looked like Bizarro Superman.
I don't recall the entire thing, but basically in my mind they seem to follow Bruce Lee fight rules where one of them would come at me at a time and I would kind of swipe.
How long were you
or
fighting?
grab. I have no clue. It couldn't have been more than 5 minutes, but it was probably
5 minutes is an eternity.
Hold on.
It was probably
hold on. I call bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. It was probably closer to 2. It was somewhere between 2 and 5 minutes.
Ross, you couldn't stand in a sweet tomatoes line for 5 minutes.
Well, I've seen you hammered drunk before, and I imagine you fighting off what I can imagine, and I don't mean a stereotype, but 3 Julio Joneses. I don't imagine you win this fight. And I'll go back to D-Rug for a second, because I'm sure D-Rug is laughing his ass off. So after you fought these guys off for the supposed 5 minutes, did you get away?
I didn't say 5 minutes. I said somewhere between 2 and 5 minutes. From
I bet you it was at tops 45 seconds.
The guy hit me in the back of the head until the time. I remember I got up, turned around a little bit. There was nothing pretty about this. I'm slapping hands away. You're grabbing shirts and
you're slap fighting at this point.
There was nothing pretty about this.
Stop.
And at a certain point, I see the guy that I could see real clearly turn and run away, and I'm kind of wary, where are the other 2 guys, and they just had turned and run away.
So you
fought off
3 attackers.
3 attackers in Pine Hills
in the dark.
Is this the plot to Beverly Hills Ninja?
Pine Hills Ninja.
And then this is where it gets sad again.
Did you just fall down?
You are the Pine Hills Ninja.
Last night I pulled the perk thing.
Yes.
Do you get mad when you wait at a restaurant for too long?
Where were you at?
Kobe
Steakhouse? Kobe Steakhouse?
Yeah, Kobe
Is it called Kobe?
Kobe.
No. It's called Kobe.
We call it Kobe.
I think it's Kobe. And I speak a little bit of Japanese.
I only go when I get it for free on my birthday.
Yeah, double white sauce, motherfucker.
Kyujo.
And then a lot of oil, extreme diarrhea.
You're waiting too long at Kobe.
At Kobe. And
they got to wait till they fill up the entire tempon table.
Yeah, they do. And I didn't when I was waiting, I didn't go up and be like, listen, could you speed up this wait a little bit? And I didn't offer the money hey, what can you do to get the table quicker? I tried to be
excuse me, miss.
Were you wearing your suit?
No.
Did you?
Yes, yes, I was actually.
Okay.
But I wasn't wearing a jacket. So I was just a tie guy.
Did you say, hey, I'm Stephen Kramer.
I didn't do that.
One of Japanese shamu for life.com.
One boner for life. No, I did not do that.
One boner drone for life.com.
But here's where I got mad. I don't care about waiting. I've been kind of spoiled lately because I've been getting the hookups when I go to restaurants and they don't make me wait.
Don't
usually.
say that's copywritten hookups. We own that.
You're authorizing me to do it.
Tom and hookups?
I wrote it for you.
We'll cut that out.
So, I've been accustomed, but I was going to be cool. I was like, all right, well, it'll be back to civilian world. I'll wait. But they did the old, over-promise, under-deliver thing. You're supposed to say, hey, it's going to be 30 minutes, and then you see somebody 15 and they're happy. You don't do, hey, it's going to be 15 and you see them in 30 and they're pissed.
Yeah.
So they did the over-promise, under-deliver thing. They said 20 to 30, and they seated me like in 50.
Yes.
So and they told my wife it was going to be that she was going to be the next table, and guess what? They seated somebody else, and I went up to them at that moment, and they're like, oh yeah, we met the next table after this table. Yeah.
And then what'd you do? You pulled your card?
Yeah. I didn't do it uber hard. Okay. I didn't do the do you know who I am or any of that stuff because I really don't like to do that. Even though I know you guys love to do that. But I did do the. I said, well,
I'm gonna sue your goddamn kimonos off.
Give me these koi. And you start just smashing them on the floor,
beating them with your umbrella.
I did do the. Hey, you guys said it's going to be 20-30. It was more like 45-50. We were waiting for a long time.
Most honorable Dana Newland, we are so sorry that your table has taken too long.
You think we look alike too? So here's the only thing I did. I tried to be understated about it. I said,
Mr. Medical Marijuana, Mr. Drinking Too Much.
I basically said, maybe I'm just not accustomed waiting as much since I'm always on news and on the radio all the
Kramer,
time.
we're joking around. We don't do that.
You do. I've seen you do it.
I've
seen every one of you.
No,
it's super corny.
He doesn't do it.
No. And no one would know.
You told me to do it. You told me to do it.
Yeah, but we
don't
joke.
listen to me. I tell people to cheat on their wives. And I don't do it. I love my wife with all my
Whatever
heart.
we say in the show is crazy.
You told me to do this. You said it's good.
Look, we're the two kings of on Orlando Empire of shit.
You love the perks. Listen, you could play it down now, but we have recorded proof of how much you love the perks. You love the perks.
I'm Mr. Nation's law firm. Protect and serve.
Way to get everybody else's tagline.
I'm getting them all in there.
Well, you know what happened?
What?
Seriously, a manager came over 6 times. And they gave us 2 free appetizers, and they took really good care of us.
For the people.
But here's maybe the thing, though. Maybe next time they'll...
Chicken fried pubes. That's what you got.
They made good on it. I don't even know if they did that because of the...
Chicken fried pubes!
Ew.
That's the name of the show. Chicken fried pubes.
Never complain at a restaurant.
Oh, you want the... He's going down the line. He's like, okay, let me take... You get the stick of shrimp. You get the shrimp. You get the shrimp. You get the double veggies. You get the chicken fat abuse. You yell it to me. I'll show you .com.
That's a good thing about being at a restaurant where they cook it right in front of you.
I put the .com all over it.
No shenanigans.
All right.
You don't know that.
They made good on it. I don't even think it was because of that. Right?
Kramer, when are we going to do the jet ski cast? Me, you, and Daniel ride on the back of your jet ski around your private lake.
I want to sit in the front like a little boy.
You want to get the GoPros again?
And we'll do GoPros.
You won't be able to hear anything.
Oh, yeah. Because we turn off the engine.
We get
sit in the middle.
Wireless mics. We could do it, actually.
We'll get some lapels, and when we get to the middle of the lake, Tom and I'll smoke a joint.
Or we get helmets with mics in them, and then you would be able to hear.
Yeah, that's not going to cost a lot. And then afterwards, we can wear our helmets to Kobe.
And you can pull your perk shit, right. Which I know you do.
I've never pulled that.
Yes, you have.
No.
You told us about it 3 episodes ago.
What was my perk?
You said, hey, yeah, you can give me a free drink if you want to. They said they were the fan of the show. You said, yeah,
No, if they offer me a drink, I don't turn it down. I don't go like, hey, you listen to the show? Hey, if you want to buy me a drink. That's exactly what
you told the story.
I don't think I did. I don't think I said
that.
I
took your advice seriously.
We never know what we say.
Yeah. Well, let's just edit that whole section in.
No. Now, here's the thing. I'm driving, right? And I take Daniel's advice and not tell my wife that I'm going to take these weed candies because my wife...
Well, how many are you going to take?
Well, okay, this is the thing. You gave me 3, right? And
did I?
And one of them... And 2 of them are melted together, so I couldn't determine whether it was
That's
2
not true.
melted... Yes, they were. 2 of them were stuck together when you gave them to me.
Well, you knew it was 2 then.
I thought it was 1.5.
You see what he's doing? He's blaming this on me. See, he's blaming this on me.
And you told me not to tell anybody.
Ross, that's bullshit.
Here's the problem. When you don't tell anybody you're doing drugs, you want to have someone that understands.
It's not even like doing drugs. It's a fucking weed candy.
Yeah, but I don't smoke weed. You smoke weed all the time.
Not all
am
the
very
time.
sensitive
I go through phases.
I have sensitive skin.
Ross does it all the time.
Smoke weed every day.
I'm sensitive to a lot of things. If I drink one fucking hop stupid, I'm fucking.
But that's a giant.
I can't even drive.
That's like an 8% beer.
And I get lightheaded. And I fucking dizzy at fall.
I like how we get blamed for this.
One bottle of Absolute vodka, and I'm on my ass.
No, I'm sensitive to drugs.
It's one teeny weed candy.
Yeah, but
it's literally as big. It's smaller than a fucking Jolly Rancher.
I equate it to like I'm also sensitive to vitamin C. Like if I take too much vitamin C, I'll get a rashy. I'll get a little breakout.
You're
and a
Chucky
fucking
from Rugrats.
I think I took too much vitamin C, Tommy.
So
I got a rat.
So I'm more sensitive, especially with like I'm not used to it. Here's the thing: I get up in my own head about things.
That's the problem.
And also, I didn't tell anybody. So if I'm with you guys and I take a weed candy, I'm like, we're all on weed candies. I'm like, I'm freaking out. But when I'm with my wife,
it's a weed candy. You're not going to freak out. It's not that strong.
Oh, I freaked out.
Oh, no.
So
Ross is giggle laughing.
I went to, and I thought they were soft like gummies.
No.
But I didn't. My whole plan was fucked up.
How? What do you mean they're soft like gummies? You didn't feel them? They're fucking hard lemon drops.
I felt that they were hard, but I thought I could chew them. I thought you chewed them like a fiber gummy that I take every morning, or that they were like hard, like a Mike and Ike's. You know what a Mike and Ike's?
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's hard, but you could chew it, and it's like gummy,
like a jelly bean, sort of.
Yeah, like a jelly bean. I thought it was a fucking big red jelly bean, right?
It's not.
So I had them in a paper towel in my pocket, right? And they were getting hot from the sun.
Paper towel.
And so we stopped at a.
Who transports anything ever in a paper towel?
It's gonna melt to it. You have to peel off the paper because it's gonna melt to it.
So we stop at a gas station, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get a Diet Mountain Dew. Tell my wife, right? So my wife's and I got my baby in the back. It's a baby mother-in-law. Because I realized I had to do it fast because I wanted.
Not while you're driving.
No, my wife's driving.
I'm gonna go get a Diet Mountain Dew and a paper towel full of ice.
So I realized I have to take this at the beginning of
I'm going to take my weed candy.
Shit! It's a 3-hour plus drive to Market. It's far as shit, right? And it's back roads crazy the whole time. So it's not like you have to take I-4 to the 540 down all the way to you get to 75 down. It's a lot of back roads. So we pass Peace River, the same fucking place,
It's a haul.
So I go into the bathroom of the Chevron or whatever.
Sketchy.
And I open my hands are shaking. And I open up my bundle, my paper towel bundle with the three weed candies.
There's nothing.
And
You put them all?
No, I didn't put them all. I'm not nuts because I don't know what these powerful.
I'm ready to meet you, Jesus.
I don't know how powerful they are.
No, you had them all in a paper towel.
Yeah. And then two of them got even more fused together. So I took the one.
They're not that strong.
And I put it in my mouth.
God, it's like I've taught you nothing about transporting drugs.
And I put it in my mouth, and I immediately went to go chomp down on it like a Mike and Ike's, and I realized it's hard as a fucking spearmint. It's as hard as a spearmint. And so I'm swishling it back into my mouth.
Swishling?
To try to make
You're the swishling man.
I'm trying to make it disintegrate fast, right? Because now.
Why can't you just say you bought a candy?
No, my wife knows I don't.
What kind of candy? She's slapping it out of your mouth like a
get it. Actually, like a candy. She grabs like a dog.
Like a dog that bit something.
She's loose. She's pinching my cheeks. She's digging it out with her finger.
Some of that great Chevron bathroom candy.
You spit it into a urinal.
So I'm swishing it back, and then I put the other bundle back in my pocket, and I'm washing my hands, and I'm trying to make it disintegrate fast. Then I panic, and I'm like, I have to eat this shit. I just start crunching it.
No,
right? So
that's not what it's for.
When you crunch it, like the candy actually infuses to your molars. You know what I'm saying? So then you have like slick molars.
Teeth. Yeah. You gotta lick your teeth as hard as possible.
My molars are all slick with the weed candy.
And your mouth's all red now.
Yeah. My tongue's red and everything. So then,
what are you eating?
So then I get out of the bathroom and I'm like, I get over there. I buy a Mountain Dew and then I go
You're swishing it.
Yeah, and I'm swishing anything and I get inside the car and I'm driving. Right. So I'm driving, and nothing's really happening.
No.
I feel a little bit, but a cool mellow, like, yeah,
it's the best.
And then we're going, and then it starts coming on a little bit more strong to me.
Yeah.
Right? And then it gets to the point where I'm driving, and then, like, my wife...
This is what we hear. We hear like, that's the car, right?
Yeah.
But this is what you're hearing.
Which, with the whole world turns purple, demons are like grabbing onto the car. Yeah, I hear the atrocities of war. The fucking pterodactyl
demons are coming out of the ground. Wasn't that bad?
No. But it's starting to well up now. I feel lonely because I'm the only person that knows the secret, and then I start to get anxiety about it.
You feel lonely?
Like, yeah, I feel like I'm by myself in my own world, and no one knows what I'm going through. And then I feel I almost
knows what it's like to eat wheat candy. I thought it would be dandy.
Then I was going to text both of you guys.
My wife, she knows.
I was going to text you.
You should have texted me.
And then I got...
Yeah, get high behind the wheel and start texting us, Tom.
No.
You're making great choices.
I would admit, I wasn't driving one. I was probably on
I know,
one.
but
I take them and then
I got scared you were going to tell Andrea, and Andrea was going to tell my wife. And
if there's anything, I'm not a fucking rat.
I know, I understand that, but then I got paranoid. I got scared of everybody. I was like, no, everyone's against me.
I'm not gonna rat you out. Yeah, okay, now I understand. Yeah. Get that weed paranoia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would have called Crime Stoppers with your license.
And so I'm driving, and then I'm like insanely lonely. I'm
starting to cry?
No. I'm just sitting there, and then my wife's like driving. She's listening. She's talking to her mom about like she's like, I wonder what the house you're gonna buy and stuff, like having this conversation, whatever. Baby's sleeping, whatever. And I just turned to her and go, I'm okay. And she goes, what? And then I'm like, nothing.
Who's that? Who are you?
I just said, I'm okay.
You said, I'm fine?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
And then I think she got a hint of it.
Does she know?
Well, I'll tell you how it goes. Progresses. It gets worse. It gets worse.
She's never going to let you have any fun because you keep doing stupid shit.
So it progressed, and then... I'm screaming. I'm kicking the dashboard hard as I can, like Adrian Peterson.
He kicks all the windows out of the car.
And my wife's like, "Stop! I can't do this
animal.
How can you do this anymore?" My mother-in-law's like, "He's crazy. He's gone crazy." No. So then, like, I tell her I'm okay, and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "No, I think
I'm okay."
And then we're driving, and then I'm like, just stay calm. This is normal. Ross and Daniel will tell you you're a fucking baby right now.
Yeah, you are a little baby.
Just keep it cool. Everything will be fine. So, like, I freaked out for it seemed like 10 million years.
Yeah, it does. It seemed like a long time in all of 3 seconds.
Yeah, it seemed like my entire life I was never going to end. And then
one time I sat at an Italian restaurant with my wife. I was so high, and I kept commenting about how the pitcher of sangria we had kept making its own sangria.
Yeah.
And I'd sat there, and I thought I had 31 glasses of sangria. I really had one, and it only been like 2 minutes.
Yeah. So
I was like, this thing keeps making sangria.
It seemed like forever, and then it started to go down.
Yeah, it'll mellow out.
Yeah, start to mellow again, and then I was like, "This is fucking great!" Like everything was good.
Oh no,
no. Well, everything was good. I started putting my face near the air condition, and the cool air was blowing against my face.
Best.
And then I'm like, I smell the beach. And then I was like,
music sounds better.
Yeah. My baby. Then
he looks cuter.
Then I'm super happy. Like I'm really happy. And then I'm like, this is what I'm going to do every day, all the time. I'm always going to feel like this. Then I'm like, now I know what Ross feels like every day. Of course, he wants to be high all the time because this is the only way to live your life. Then I started thinking about how kings. Then I started thinking at how society, and I got all of my head about
getting
this.
in your own head.
Yeah. But I was like
coming up with theories,
yeah.
fucking business plans.
Yeah.
I do that. I come down here. I'm like, I'm going to do this song. I'm going to write this. That's the funniest thing I've ever done. We're going to do this. I'm going to rearrange this.
I had 5 different business plans in my head. I'm like, we'll be rich. I'm like, I'm opening my mind to different things.
Does she know?
No, and this has only been the spawn of like
It's been a 1 minute. They're still in the parking lot of a gas station.
I still haven't opened the door.
Yeah.
All this has happened.
Yeah. You're literally handing the money for your Diet Mountain Dew, and all this progressed.
Slow as hell.
It's like we thought we were already at Marco.
I've had it my whole life. I live my life. I'm an old man. My kids are coming. My entire life is gone. And then next thing I snap out of it, and they're like,
your
sir,
son is slapping your cheeks, and you're like, what? And you look at it, your son's 18 years old. He's like, I'm off to college, Dad. What the fuck?
I'm fighting the Star War. What? Oh, shit. I'm fighting the bugs.
Wow. You mean in 17 years we progressed to a Star War? I'm fighting the aliens, Dad.
So then we finally make it to Marco, and I'm feeling great, right?
Yeah.
So I'm feeling really good.
Well, what you've done, it's not that the feeling changed, it's that you wrangled in your feeling.
Yeah. And everything's good. We go to the beach. I'm playing with my son in the water. I'll put some pictures up on TomandDan.com.
Oh, cool.
And the first time my son's at the beach, he's got the floppy hat. He's wearing his beach diaper, which I did tell my wife. I'm like, we don't need the beach diaper in the ocean because if the baby shits here, who gives a fuck? Like, there's 1,000 animals.
You should put no diaper on.
Yeah.
No, it's not what it's about. The water diaper doesn't absorb the entire ocean the second you put it. The regular diaper puffs up like a puffer fish.
I didn't think about that for it.
I think it'd be better to puff up like a puffer fish, you know?
So, I'm playing with my son in the water. I'm like, I feel this mellow goodness that's awesome.
Yeah.
So my wife's like, I'm going to take the baby up, and I'm going to get ready for dinner tonight. And my brother-in-law is there. And then I feel confident enough to tell him about it. Because I'm like, hey, maybe I need a friend.
He's family, though. He can snitch to your wife immediately. You gotta be careful with that.
I need a friend I need to tell someone how good I'm feeling.
You tell your son.
No.
He'll know.
No, he doesn't know.
Like, I'm so high. I love your cheeks. And you kiss him, and he'll know.
I did
remember those times.
I whispered to him
that.
that.
I remember my dad used to eat weed candy, kiss my cheeks in the ocean.
And then so I tell my brother-in-law, and he's like, all right, you think I'm like, how many do you have left? And I'm like, 2 of them. He's like, oh yeah, we'll take them later. And then I'm like, okay, but 2. Maybe too many for me because I just had a slight freak out in the car. I didn't tell him that because I don't want to be a pussy.
Yeah.
So then
you're like, these things are like barely fucking food. This is some fucking Daniel gave me. This is some pussy ass bullshit.
Yeah. So then we go eat dinner. Have a good dinner.
How good you had a nice appetite.
Oh yeah.
Your ravioli man.
Yeah. I'm eating blackened seafood. It's the best thing I've ever eaten in my entire life.
Oh, everything's better.
Eating everything like my wife's cucumbers. I'm like, oh, this is the best cucumber I've ever tasted.
She's giving you new things that normally you wouldn't like.
Oh yeah.
You're like, try these liquefied quinoa burgers. I'm drinking these quinoa burgers. It's delicious.
I'm sipping like a beer. I'm like, this is the best fucking Miller Lite I've ever had.
It's
like just water.
Was your wife at all like?
No, because I was going into my mind, right? But then my brother-in-law knows.
You're like, am I in Italy? Because this pasta is to die for.
Mm-hmm. So then after dinner, he's like, hey, let me... let's take that other weed candy.
They're cherry bombs as well.
Yeah. So then this is where my mistake came. So then I'm still feeling it. And this is a long time. They last a long time.
Yeah.
Like I thought that they were like a couple hours. Ross made it seem like they feels it.
Well, Ross's THC level at any given point, he's like running on 75% pure THC in his blood.
Right. I'm a man, so I can handle my shit.
Thank you, Ross.
And so
I agree with Ross.
So this is where the problem came in. In nighttime.
It's the right time.
I took the day was like beautiful. The sun glittering off the water was unbelievable. Then I took the other one, right?
Yeah.
And then and this one I actually like swished it in my mouth. I let it disintegrate.
Yeah.
And
boy.
And so
Kang. Kang.
Then the beach, the beautiful beach, turned into a spooky Halloween house.
Oh, come on!
And it was night, and then I started getting paranoid again. And then I mixed it with a lot of alcohol, and I was drinking like Miller Lite, then wine, then heavy red wine at dinner, and then
a couple of shots, weed candy.
And then I ate too much, and then I was extra filled. This is what happens. I get too full, and I can't breathe, and it gives me a little paranoia. And then
What if I'm dying? I'll have a heart attack. I'll have a heart attack.
Then I started thinking, what if for some reason my body doesn't know how to process this THC correctly, and 2 was the limit, and now I'm stuck in a G-hole. And then so
that's the most ridiculous thing.
Now my brother-in-law, he's like, I can barely even feel these things. He's a giant. He's a fucking 6'4". He feels nothing. And then me, I'm like, I'm okay.
I can talk. Hello.
So then
I am my own nanny in my own mind.
So then I'm holding my son, and I'm holding him in the parking lot of the hotel, and I'm standing there.
Why are you there? I mean, you have a room.
I came outside.
You guys are staying in the parking lot.
I'm standing in the bushes.
Here's a little
I'm crouched down.
You guys use TripAdvisor or, when you name your price, just go to the website, look at the hotels, get their addresses, and then just sleep in your car in the parking lot of the hotel. Tom Van tip of the day.
So we're drinking wine. I'm standing there in the hotel. We're in the room, and then I'm sitting there, and then we're watching the football game, and then I'm like, I can't watch this game. I need to go outside, get some fresh air. So I'm standing out, and I'm looking at the ocean, and then I'm looking how tall I am. Then I start getting paranoid.
You're looking at how tall you are.
No, like how high I am. Then I start thinking that my son's gonna somehow learn to crawl and get to the edge of and fall off. And then I'm like, we're too high. We're too high in the building.
The irony of you saying that.
This is where I started having bad thoughts come into my mind.
You're yelling at your wife, we're too high. Our building is too high. We gotta tear it down. Where's my dynamite?
I started thinking about the worst possible things, like my son falling off the balcony. Then I started thinking about Michael Jackson and how he held his son over his son blanket. And I'm like, how can he do that? Like, he's fucking nuts.
And then you come to find yourself doing it. You're like, what?
So you're like, I'm Michael Jackson.
So
you're like looking for your wife. You're like, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? You become redneck Michael Jackson. You're running around, moonwalking everywhere.
Billy G.
Not mauled over. It's okay. She's just a friend. It's fine.
My wife's like, you're holding me down. They're strapping me to the.
I'm Captain EO. Who's bad?
So I'm sitting there, and then I go inside, and I'm like, I got to get it together. I can't think bad thoughts anymore.
Were you really freaking out this much, dude? Come on.
Yes, because
holy shit.
When I ate, it was
normally
it was
the
a chain,
food takes the edge off.
It was a chain reaction.
It was the alcohol
of eating too much. Then I started like hugging my son. Then I got that paranoia. I'm like, he can never leave. And then I was like, what if you fell off this balcony? I started thinking bad thoughts.
He can't even crawl yet.
I know. So then, a little bit of time goes by, which seems like a million years again, and then I start feeling better. So then I'm like, I need more food because now I'm starving again. And my wife's like, you just ate a giant dinner. I'm like, I need to order a pizza.
So I called Italian food.
So I called.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
So now, and my brother-in-law, he's like, I'm hungry too because he's just but he's like, but he only feels hunger, and
that
he's
thing
totally
really made me hungry, man.
And so then I'm like, we need to order pizza. Then I call every pizza place, and there's no pizza place in Marco Island at all.
Hello, this is Michael Jackson. I'm calling for pizza, Shimon.
There's no pizza place in Marco Island open at all past 9 o'clock. It's a fucking Saturday night. I'm like, what's wrong with this
3 in the morning? Is it really late, or is it
no,
like 10:30?
No, I think it's past 12.
Okay.
It's like 12:30 or whatever.
There's no fucking Domino's?
No, nothing. We're just on beachside.
Well, that's how we make our money. We open up that one fucking 24-hour pizza in Marco.
So my wife's like, just go to bed. I'm like, I can't. I need. And then my wife, she's drunk, so now she's hungry. The baby's asleep, so she's like, well, get me I want a pizza too. So I'm like, the only thing that I saw within walking distance is a 7-Eleven. So I'm going to go get
the old 7-Eleven
pizza.
Hello, old friend.
And so I get my brother-in-law to come with me. I'm like, hey, come with me. We walk out, and then we were walking down the street, and I'm seeing, like, I'm trying to cross a road. Now, mind you, the speed limit is 25 miles an hour in Marco, and there's old people. The only residents there are old people. But I'm looking at a car that's probably 5 or 6 football fields away, and then my brother's like, what are you waiting for? He's already a thing. I'm like, hold on.
Like, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, so I'm like, wait for it.
Extra caution.
And I get over to 7-Eleven, right? And then I walk in, and it's so bright, and
there's so many choices and delicious stuff everywhere.
And then, so I'm asking him, the guy, I'm like, "Hey, do you have pizza?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then my mind stuck. And he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah.
I ate weed candies, and I'm Michael Jackson.
Call the cops." So then I'm like, "I want pepperoni pizza."
I'm about to have a dance off with you. and
I'm grabbing. Like, sir, you've been grabbing your dick since you came in here.
I'm gonna grab my crotch and swing my knees around like a fucking crazy person.
I'm gonna wear little tiny black ballerina shoes with high white socks.
Do you sell black fedoras and sequin gloves at all?
So I asked the guy for a pepperoni and a cheese, right? And the guy's like, "I'm out of cheese." And then I'm like, "What's my wife going to eat?" And then I walk around the store for like a long time asking for the There's like, the guy's like, "We have salads." I'm like, "I need vegetarian something." And then I get her a burrito, a vegetarian burrito.
Oh, gross!
And then I heat it up.
It's like Amy's fucking one of those Amy's burritos.
I heat it up so hot that it becomes molten like liquid in a bag, like a big old condom bag. And it's so hot, I have to put it on top of the pizza. I'm like, and my hands are red hot burning, and I'm like, I've never felt so much pain. Then this is all like in the span of 5 minutes, by the way. I leave there, go back. My wife's mad as hell that she got
when
me
you get some chips.
Burrito.
Some chips?
No chips, nothing, just the pizza. Then I get Bud Light Limes.
Yeah, you remembered your drink. Yeah. You just forgot to get her some chips or something.
And then I eat half the pizza and then fall asleep. And then the next morning I woke up and I'm like, I think I still feel it. And I didn't feel it.
Did you have a hangover? You shouldn't have.
No.
I have less of a hangover when I'm high.
But that was my experience. I was terrified.
I got to the point where I was completely okay with standing in a line with a bunch of other dudes for a physical because they do them rapid fire.
Yeah.
And we're all just fucking bunch of fucking line of naked dudes.
Well,
because we had to have one every single year to play sports.
No problem with getting naked, and I have showered with men nude before.
Are you gonna
football?
What are you gonna do when you go to get your physical? Because I just got mine done, and the lady says, "All right, drop your pants."
You know what? Hold on. I think I have done the cough thing, and
she sticks her hand under your balls, and she's like, "Cough."
One time,
I don't think they hold them though. At least my doctor didn't.
Ross, you know how to do it?
It's looking like there's not a self-test. I'm looking. I got.
But do they hold your balls? I always thought they hold your balls.
That's how I remember it, but I don't know. Maybe my doctor.
They don't hold you. I'm pretty sure they don't hold you.
Yeah, because if they don't lift up when you cough, that means you got a hernia.
This is according to ehow.com. It says a hernia is not always as obvious as you might think. An internal hernia may require a doctor to feel the area while the patient is asked to cough or stand. In the case of a hiatal hernia, an upper gastrointestinal endoscopy is performed for diagnosis.
No, but just search do they hold your balls or what? What do they do down there?
Because I'm pretty sure if I search for hold your balls or what, something different will come up.
You know what? Because hold on, now that I think about it, when I had a physical when I was playing for the Predators.
Oh my God.
And
that's on YouTube.
The guy did hold my balls.
This is on fucking YouTube.
All right, so the guy's dick is there out. Okay. And then some hands creepily come out of the side and grab his thigh.
Right. To assess for hernias, inspect the areas of the external inguinal ring and the femoral canal for bulges.
That guy's got a boner. Look at that dude.
Yeah.
That dude's got
that's not a soft dick.
That's not a soft dick.
That's a little chubbed up.
Dude, I know what a soft dick looks like. Yeah. And this motherfucker's got a boner.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You should be ashamed of yourself.
That's how my wife catches me jacking off in the shower. She's like, "What? You were jacking off in here?" No, it wasn't. She's like, "Yeah, that's a half boner." And I'm like, "No, it's not. That's what my dick looks like."
That's embarrassing. You should be ashamed of yourself.
What do you mean I'm ashamed of myself?
Both you and this guy in the video. What the fuck's wrong with you?
What do you mean?
No, you don't fucking jack off in the shower and get caught with your wife.
No, she comes in. She's like, "I'm coming in," and then I turn around and I pretend like I'm washing my hair and I'm crunched over, and then she's like, "What are you doing? You jacking off in there?" I'm like, "No."
You know what
she's like, "Turn around and show me."
You know what I do if I have a boner? My wife wants to get in. I tuck it backwards between my legs.
How do you do that?
And then I touch my toes and then I piss on her and it pees out the back. I touch my toes, I look like a fucking tank.
It's a butt tank.
Yeah, butt tank.
All right.
And continue to watch as the patient bears down.
Please bear down.
What?
Please bear down.
What does that mean, bear down?
Hold on, why do you ask him to bear down?
Push.
Push? That's what it means.
No, but
push?
he said, and then bear down. And then some creepy voice in the background goes, please bear down. Whole black Meemaw.
There's a whole black Meemaw there.
Yeah, listen for her. Here.
Down. Please bear down.
Oh, it's a guy.
If none is seen, palpate for an inguinal hernia.
His dick's getting harder.
Using your right index finger for the patient's right side, invaginate some loose scrotal skin and follow the spermatic cord up to the external inguinal ring.
It's making me hurt.
And if possible, through it to the inguinal canal.
He's sticking his finger in the guy's bush. Oh my God! Who wants to do that? Who wants to do
This
that?
is on YouTube. We should put this on our website. Record numbers.
That dick is almost touching the camera.
That guy's dick is hard as fuck. Guy's got a full bone. Full bone.
Okay, so to explain and visual what he's doing, it's next to your balls, and then
No, it's like where your it's where your dick connects to your balls.
yeah, and he's pushing it into his bush and like into his body basically through his side balls. So I thought they cupped your ball. I swear to you, I thought they cupped your balls like this.
No, you've never had it done then, because this is.
No, I've had it done because I remember I got a physical when I played for the
You got a
Predators.
physical for the bass player and you got a physical for the bass player from Casey and the Sunshine Band. I'm just gonna lay here with my mouth open and.
So, I was just giving you a little backstory at the beginning of what my mental and physical state was. At
Well,
this
I don't want
particular
people
time.
to think that we're unfeeling or that we're not real. You really had me concerned.
No, I'm fine. It's
No, it's not
I talked to a
fine.
couple other people. They're like, my blood pressure's fucking skyrocket through the roof. I just
I saw
ignore
that
it.
guy when you talked to him, and that guy's a real man.
Yeah.
But, like, no,
A lot of people don't
it
care.
bothered me. I want you to care about it. I mean, obviously, we're in this together. We're like, I feel like I'm married to my wife, and obviously I have my daughter, and you're married to your wife, and you have your boys. But we have a marriage of sorts. We spend a lot of time together, and I care about you, man. I don't want you to be sick.
If you cared about me, you wouldn't have done this to me at this particular time.
Okay. Now that I cannot run from.
Yeah.
And some of us just have to chase our demons.
So let me set this up properly, just so you can
I
understand.
don't even know how we're going to play this.
I will, because I'll describe what's happening. Now, we have the 4 older gentlemen sitting on the couch, one sitting on a chair. Ross is sitting in his crappy chair that he hates. Now, no one has their headphones on except for me and Daniel. Because
They don't understand the concept of headphones, these old timers.
Now, the gentleman all the way to my left and to couch right, where Samantha's sitting now, is heavier
Barbershop
set.
Collected is from left to right on your radio dial.
So he's a heavy set older gentleman, right?
I didn't notice it at first.
Yeah,
But then he sat down, and then his friend looked at him and goes, "Oh, you're going to have a hell of a time getting off that couch, aren't you?" He's like, the Swedes, they make them cheap, but they're deep.
Yeah, so he's definitely
That's what he
heavy
said
set.
about IKEA.
And he was like, oh man, he's complaining about singing sitting down because, obviously
Sing from your diaphragm.
Yeah, being heavy set, he's really going to have to belt it out. So I stumbled through my first interview, just asking about barbershop.
You want to hear?
No, because the first part is not the funny part.
I mean, I'll go through, but here, just to give him a taste, I mean, this is what it sounded like. Something about like this.
All right, this is a surprise.
Yeah.
that I specifically.
It is a surprise. I see you, you're standing outside.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so it's like that.
Yeah, and then I interview one of the gentlemen. He tells me about the barbershop quartet, blah, blah, blah. So, now, it's important to the story that nobody has their headphones on but me and Daniel, right?
Okay.
And because I brought these people, these gentlemen in, I'm like basically in charge
How
of the
did you
interview.
forget
right?
about this, by the way? I mean, you invited 4 old men in tuxedos to our studio, and you forgot about it?
But there was no the person that was Facebooking back and forth. They just said, "Hey, I want to send these guys," and I said, "Okay."
Who sent them? Do we know the
guy?
Is it a member?
I have to look at my Facebook. So I gave the
God.
I gave the
Do you believe in God now?
No, I gave the studio address and I
Did
said,
shout at these 4 old men, "Who is Facebooking me?" And they just looked at you.
Yeah.
You did shout that, and they had no clue what you were talking about.
So I said either come at 11 when we do a corporate time for the radio, or come at 1:45. but they came at noon. Like, so it was between the times. So there was miscommunication. I wasn't expecting them, so I'm fumbling through.
Well, old people are always early. You complain about this with your grandfather. Doesn't he have to be 45 minutes early to everything?
Yeah. So this is what happened.
You're getting cursed by your own complaints.
We'll start it off from the song, and we'll let you hear the song because these guys are talented.
It's good. I gotta find it.
And then taking over the competition. Where there's the
life.
Yeah. There it is. Start from the beginning.
Now get the key of their song. Okay, here we go.
Let's hear it.
Heart of my heart, I love you. Life would be naught without you. Light of my life, my darling, I love you.
If you squeeze the satin inside of a coffin, that's the noise it makes. By the way,
it's out. They are talented gentlemen.
I love you. I can forget you never. From you I ne'er can sever. Say you'll be mine forever.
Yeah, walking it, man.
I love you.
There you go.
So, okay.
That's great, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what
aren't they sweet?
What subsequently happens after this?
I can just play it, and then we can.
Yeah, but I just want people to hear what's happening so they know why I'm reacting this way. The heavier set gentleman that was sitting on the couch after he performed was
no. You're ruining it.
Okay,
he's fine.
Yeah.
Just listen.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. And 3, 2. Yeah!
Unbelievable.
The bass started walking at the end, man. I heard that. Yeah.
Man, you guys are really good.
Bass was walking at the end. I loved it.
That is impressive. Have you always been able to sing your entire life? Like, that's something you've been into, like, individually as, like, hobbies or something?
Well, he and I have been doing this for 55 years.
55 years?
Right into the microphone. There you go.
We've been doing this for over 55 years.
Wow, that is impressive.
That's amazing.
I wish I can get into something and be,
I mean, you haven't known what a pitch pipe is for 34 years. I feel like that's very good.
You're right.
Yeah, that's something to be proud of.
I can be ignorant for 55 years.
Yeah, if you can be ignorant for 55 years, I feel like it balances out.
I will accomplish that.
Yeah.
Well,
we're getting you educated.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
That was great, you guys. So really, really cool.
If you want to see the Seabreeze Quartet, you guys are going to be at the Marriott near downtown. Where is it at now? Airport, near the airport.
Oh my God! Does he have emphysema?
I haven't done it yet, though. I haven't ramped it up.
So you notice the heavier set gentleman is having he's out of breath. He's breathing really heavy into the microphone, and at this point in time, I can ignore it because I hear it happening, but I'm just like power through it.
Did you hear it?
Don't get distracted.
I mean, be honest with me. Did
Daniel,
you really hear
because
it?
he's a motherfucker.
Oh wow!
While I'm trying to
that's the worst thing and best thing you've ever said about me.
Slowly puts the volume on his microphone higher and higher.
I wasn't even working the fader. I was working. I got up in my. I was working the gain.
So it's louder.
I was taking that shit to the moon.
It's louder and louder in my headphones. Then I can't go, and I know what Daniel's doing, so I'm trying to keep it. And then I fucking hear it.
Okay. And again, the only people who can hear this are you and Dan.
So me and Dan are the only ones.
Yeah.
Ross doesn't have them. These guys are.
And by the way, I'm staring into the mixer like I'm just learning it for the first time, and
so
I'm checked out.
Daniel's got his back turned, and he's fucking with me now.
That's a pro move.
And Ross is looking at me. I'm talking to these guys and trying to interview. Okay, listen.
Let me add something. We also have a chorus.
Okay.
It's a chorus and quartet contest.
Okay.
So we do have a chorus, and they do some dancing, some choreography.
So yeah, it's a cool show.
Yeah, there are some choruses that are 200 men in it that sing 4-part music.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So I appreciate you guys coming. Thank you very much. If you want to see the Seabreeze Quartet, the Marriott by the airport, what day is the date?
April 29th.
Oh my God. He almost died right there. He's like,
What do you even say?
Okay. Now, a better broadcaster would have just ended it, but for some fucking reason, I just kept going. And
you got a minute 53 left, buddy.
Okay, keep going. Okay. April 29th and 30th. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you coming by. Do you have a Facebook or anything like that? That's probably not. Huh?
Yes. But today, this is what we're doing.
Oh, okay. Oh, this Valentine's Day. So, okay, explain to me this, because you can actually show up at people's houses and sing them a Valentine's Day song. Do you want me to read this number on the air?
Yes, that's a telephone number they can call and order singing Valentine for today, tomorrow, or Sunday.
Oh, that's really great.
Well, okay, the number is 407-83.
I had to check back in because, you can't stay gone for the whole time. It gets worse.
31-46-98. Sorry. I apologize. No.
They said, "Oh, little baby, getting all choked up."
They had no idea what was happening. They think I'm just insane. I'm just talking and laughing like an insane person. And so does Ross.
I don't know if the audio fully conveys it, because you started to laugh and you facially contorted.
No, it gets worse. Here.
It's 407-831.
He loves Valentine's Day.
46-98. Sorry.
You okay, man?
I'm sorry. I drank too much coffee, and now I'm losing it.
Yeah. That's the funniest phone number I've ever heard.
And you could actually show up at people's house and then sing them a love song
Or business.
Or business.
Okay, well, great.
Or factories for Carl.
Oh, my God.
We just came from the church.
Really? Oh, really?
He's for teachers at daycare.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So, again... I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. We don't. Yeah, we're 407-831-6498. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I couldn't You're like, I'm sorry, and you don't say anything. How come he hadn't caught his breath at that point?
Because he was still sitting there.
My wife just texts me from work. She's laughing hysterically. She can't control herself. Baby, I'm sorry.
Now,
don't be listening to this.
He wasn't. Okay, again, he wasn't breathing this loud. Daniel put his fucking mic all the way as loud as it could, so it's all I can hear in my ear as I'm trying to finish this conversation. It's just.
I can't help it. I still got my producer chops. Now that I'm a host of a show with you, I still got my producer chops.
I couldn't. I swear
You're
to God.
even laughing. It's great, right?
It sounded like T-Rex in Jurassic Park.
There was a moment where I panicked and I was just going to run out of the studio.
He told me afterwards, he goes, just so you know, there was a moment when I almost just left you here and just ran down the street away from everything.
Yeah. And then I just hide until it's all said and done.
And that would have fit right in with my theory of what was happening, was that you were losing your mind. Because I couldn't hear any of this.
Yeah.
And to me, if you're at work right now, imagine your closest proximity coworker out of nowhere, for no reason, while doing their job, just starts giggling madly and tries to suppress it.
Yeah, like this. Okay, so imagine, for those of you listening now, imagine, just take the breathing out and just imagine what goes on here.
He's for teachers at daycare.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So, again... I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. We don't. Yeah, we're
I'm reading your
He's having a goddamn stroke.
You were freaking. I'm sorry.
I know.
I apologize to you. But isn't that my job? I'm supposed to do that stuff.
It's not the.
I'm like a prankster.
It's not
I'm like the Harley Quinn of the show.
Here's what I'm laughing at. I'm not laughing at the bigger old man trying to catch his breath the entire time.
How do you think I feel when he walks into he walks in over here and he looks at me and he goes, and he's breathing and he goes, "Do you have any water?" And we gave him a bottle of water and he goes, "I should have had water earlier. Another gift I got from fucking Vietnam. Agent Orange, friendly fire." All right. Thanks a lot. Now I feel like a fucking douchebag.
But it's it's not that he was trying to catch his breath the whole time. It's just that I knew Daniel picked up on it and then put his mic volume up just to fuck with me during the thing. So it was that thing that I realized what was happening, which made me fucking lose it, and I couldn't control myself. I couldn't get it back together, and I was just laughing and
threw the headphones off.
Ross didn't even know what happened until they left.
No, Ross comes in here. I mean, you looked at me. Did you or did you not look at me and go, hey, what the fuck just went? We're like, what happened?
Well, that's after I talked to the Barbershop Quartet for half an hour.
Because then
wondering if Tom was like silently losing his mind.
We ordered the Barbershop Quartet because you can buy them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the and here's the thing for these
and they're
for these
great
gentlemen,
guys. They sing their asses off, but we send them over to Liberty Barber to sing for John and for Colin and Sharon. You know,
and I'll plug them again just because I felt horrible, and that's why I went and bought them to go over and sing at Liberty just because I felt like I felt so horrible at the end. I was like, these people think I'm fucking insane. But 407-831-6498, and you can order a Barbershop Quartet.
Sing for your wife.
And
they'll show up at
it's only
work.
$60. So
it's nothing.
And I went down to Liberty to watch them do it, and it's an amazing spectacle. Like, they made them sing to Sharon.
Yeah.
Right? And they did the Valentine's Day special for Sharon, and that's like, it's a song, they sing, and at the end, they give her a single rose and like a heart full of chocolates. And
did
Sharon,
they laugh like crazy people?
John the Barber, and he was holding the straight razor while he was laughing like a maniac, so it was extra scary.
So
I'm sorry, man. I gotta apologize to you.
No, here's the thing. I love a fucking good prank.
Yeah.
I love good content for the show. I knew what was happening. That's why I couldn't keep it together because I knew.
Worse. Here.
I knew. 407-831-64.
Oh, come on. Oh, man. I feel bad now.
And you know what? The fucked up part
the guy
is
just needs a fucking oxygen.
I could have taken off my headphones and it could have ended. But me and Daniel are like this. We like for not only do we like the challenge. I know Daniel's fucking with me, and all I want to do is power through it and not let him get me.
Right.
And because now it's become
he did the whole "Are you all right, man?" He was fucking with you even more.
Yeah. And so he knew what was happening.
Yeah.
He's listening.
Because guess who turned to the I'll tell you what I did. I buried my face into my mixer. And I started mixing because I want to first of all, I want them to sound good when they're singing, you know. So I really tried to do that. But then once I realized the one dude had like emphysema or like asthma, I fully took advantage of it, and I pegged his needle, but then I had to balance everything else down. But then I buried my face into my mixer, and it never came out, even though tears of joy were I was laughing, and tears of joy coming down my face. Never let him see him. Never let him see.
So I was trying to get through it, and I told myself I was trying to bite my tongue like anything I could not to laugh, and I fucking couldn't do it. I fucking was laughing.
I've never seen you break like that, man.
As these four old men just looked at me like, this guy's fucking insane. He's just laughing. I was giving a number. He's plugging her shit.
He even said, "Oh, that's the funniest phone number I've ever heard."
We fucking killed people, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
I was on a naval carrier that shot down all the planes.
Yeah. And, oh, God damn it.
It was good, though.
Then I stumbled to try to order them to go to John the Barber for a good 30 minutes while Ross talked to them. And I couldn't figure out their website.
I just hid in here because I figured they'd figure it out. And I shut the door to the studio and locked it.
You guys better hope they never hear this either way, because they're amongst the four of them, there's political power and influence in that group.
Look,
I know.
One guy was a judge in Miami for like 51 years or something.
Here's the thing.
He had a good mustache. That guy had a great mustache.
Maybe I hope this explains to them. And I told them I'll put on the radio show, but also, I was going to plug something else up there. I fucking forgot now. I'm I'm out of my mind. I am goddamn out of my mind.
With your health's going, you need to join their barbershop quartet and wheeze into a mic for them.
What I was going to say, if you want to see the video, we'll put it up on TomandDan.com so you can see them performing.
Yeah, because Ross went over to Liberty Barber, where we sent them over to sing for Sharon.
Okay, so I'm gonna get this boat, right? I get this cockamamie scheme one day that me and you are gonna take it to the Bahamas, and do a Bahamas cast because I'm like, I can do it. If you go from West Palm, it's just straight
Coast
west.
Guard once a month.
Takes 20 minutes, like everywhere else you go.
But then I forget the Coast Guard. Like every month is like a Kelly day. So no, but we get in there and it's like me and you, and then Samantha and Butler.
Wait, are they on the boat?
Yeah, they're on the boat, but they die at this scenario.
Oh my God! Butler had on banana board shorts. And that's why we died.
So we head out to the Bahamas. Storms are coming. I don't because I didn't.
The weather started getting. The tiny ship was tossed.
Yeah.
If not for the courage of the fearless Dan, the minnow would be lost.
And then Samantha's like, "What? I thought you said the Coast Guard was going to come out." And then I'm like, we didn't
I forgot the beacon.
So
forgot to charge the batteries.
She before we even have trouble, immediately jumps off the boat.
What, to kill herself?
Well, in her mind, she realizes
better to trust her
better
own.
chances
on her own.
Better to swim. Now, maybe you survive. Like Butler, he's steadfast with us. He still trusts us because of the baloney-ness, Like he didn't realize that.
Captain, my captain. Yeah.
But
he's my lighter won't work. I'm like, yeah, it's raining, and stop smoking.
So we capsize. We're floating on the upside down boat.
On the top of the boat.
Yeah, it's an inboard outboard. So me and you are holding on to the motor. Butler's struggling to hold on, but we're like, we're the owners. We get the motor to hold on to, and then he gets washed off. And we're like,
he's a good swimmer though.
Yeah.
And then as he's getting swept over, I hear him go, "I sent the invoices."
So then
that's it.
Me and you wash ashore some like abandoned Bahamian island, and then we have to start living there.
Well, first we have to have a few dust-ups with some of the indigenous people.
Oh, okay.
We get it's like I'm trying to convert them to Christianity. They're throwing spears at me. I'm like, but the word of God.
Yeah. I've learned one magic trick, so I've convinced them that I'm their God.
You're the Fire Lord now.
Yeah. So then Butler washes ashore, and he's alive.
They're like, what are you doing? They instantly spear his head off.
I'm like, white devil, spear him.
Yeah,
because I can't let him tell the indigenous people that
he'll
I'm not a God.
Out. He'll sell you out, and then we eat him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it tastes bad, real bad.
So much
I'm like,
fish,
God,
fish stew and cookies.
I was like, this tastes like chocolate chips and broccoli. It's a weird combination.
Yeah. We should have hired a fatter salesperson. It's too lean.
There's no meat on here.
Yeah. So
I mean, he's handsome, but it's like eating a guinea pig.
So we lived there for 2 years, and then finally some sailboat comes, like the Delos or some like new social media sailboat. They come and they're like,
they find us because a drone flies over.
Yeah.
And then they're like, wait, that one guy running on the beach there waving his head, it looks like a small pig with a grass skirt.
How has he gained weight being on abandoned island?
I can do it.
There's no
I eat
Peloton.
a lot of conch. There's no Peloton.
Yeah.
You can't do cardio on a desert island.
So we're both, and I have no way to get Adderall. So we're both morbidly obese.
We look like
we ate all the indigenous people.
It's a double Maui scenario.
Yeah. We're double Maui, but I'm red sunburned. I'm red double Maui. And so we ate we destroyed the whole island.
It's trash everywhere. Trash everywhere.
We cut down all the trees, like with the coconut trees that we were getting fresh coconats from. We cut them down because we're idiots.
Well, we made a tiki bar out of it.
Making coconut
We're
broth.
like, let's tear all the trees down because when we're rescued, we'll make a resort. We might as well get building it now.
Yeah, because we own this island now. We have no idea how laws work. So then 2 years, we come back to Orlando.
Yeah.
Then what do we do?
Well, everybody knows we go to work at Real Radio. Once you leave, you always come back. Everybody knows it. 2 years later, it's all the same. It's fine.
But
weren't you guys stranded on a desert island? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Years.
New nighttime.
Here's your weather. Do a stunt.
So, but our wives, after 2 years, they need help. They don't deserve to be lonely. They remarry.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get back. I show up at my house, and there's another guy living there.
But what I want is the scene where you pull up and the Uber, you hear the tires with the As you pull in, you get out, you're like, oh, thanks a lot, thank you, and you're pulling like a travel thing, and you hear like some like splashing and like children's voices, but older children, but you hear them having fun. It's a lot of fun.
So I sneak into the
it's
back.
like a birthday party and scenario, and you come around the back, and there's like a little like a gate where you can peep it, and you look in. They can't see you, but you
through
can
the
see,
pool screen. Yeah.
You can see them, and you're looking in, and it's your wife and her new husband, and then a new kid, like a baby. But the two boys are like, we love our new baby sister, and you're looking at them, and the dad's like, come on, boys.
The dad's throwing him in the pool, doing my life.
Doing your stuff.
I'll kill you.
That's what
I charged through the screen. I'm alive. They're like, what? And my sons are like, what? Who is this guy?
And then the guy's like,
Maui.
The guy.
What's wrong with you? Where's
guy.
your teeth? I forgot. I lost all my teeth.
Yeah, our teeth fell out.
I tried to eat coconuts raw. Broke my teeth out.
And you're like, my kid.
They're scared of me, like, you're a monster.
Dad, this your red monster's killing us.
Oh, yeah, they call the new guy that.
But he's a nerd.
Yeah. But he's real successful.
Yeah, and big.
Like, he's like, who built this hunk of junk? Like, he's making fun of the work I did outside. Like, he's like, your husband's a real you-know-what. He cheaped out on all this.
This outdoor kitchen is a hunk of ass. So what would you look in, or would you be comfortable enough, like this old man, to look in? Your boys are like, we love you, Dad, and then
like,
your wife is swaddling the new baby. Could you look at that and walk away? I don't think I could.
No way.
That's a tougher generation.
What would you
my
do?
pop-up would have.
Give my husband back.
Would you? Are you like snatching wigs?
I'd beat him up for even thinking about remarrying another
Oh, you go for him first?
Yeah.
Also be mad that he didn't have a search party looking for me in the Bahamas.
Well, they were looking in the wrong place because I was way off. I was going in.
Didn't look hard enough.
We actually weren't even in the Gulf of Mexico. It was literally right outside Daytona Beach, and the island was populated across across.
We never bothered to walk.
There's a hotel. There's no way in hell I could do that. I would be selfish, and I would make a scene. I'd scare Maisie and Andrea. I'd get into some really horrible scuffle with some guy that more than likely is going to beat the hell out of me. and then I end up standing out front, and then I have that awkward conversation where I'm crying. I still have my rolly bag, and the Uber pulls up. My wife's like, Andrea, well, she's not my wife now, but Andrea from the door, she's like, hey. And she walks out to me, and she just puts like a hand on my back, and she's like, I'm really sorry. And I'm like, I'm really sorry about the way I acted there.
You don't.
And then I'm like, one more mouth jibber.
Try it one more time. Technically, you are still married, right?
I was like, and then I'm like, how's Maisie? And my wife's like, well, Steven's, consoling her. That's her new dad. Steven's consoling her. And I was like, well, he's in her. He's in her room, right?
I know where that is.
Why don't you let me get out one time? Let me see if it still looks the same.